white Chevy Silverado with the newly changed plates with the coexist sticker on the back. We're on Irving and Lake Street going north on Irving. We seem to be the only commuters following. Just wanted to give an update on our location.
Thank you. Do you have anyone in the car with you?
Yes, I do.
Lovely. Thank you.
And we are getting a photo sent to the chat for confirmation.
This is John 612. That we are at Grand and Lake. We're heading toward Irving. We can try and join you.
Thank you, John 612.
Hey, this is Lokito. I'm getting some messages from the WhatsApp group that they're driving around on 28, 29 Pleasant and Pillsbury Avenue. If you want to swing by there first, I'm making my way down that way as well. I am on Lake and Park.
I'll relay to the Spanish chat, or sorry, relay to the Uptown Whittier.
Tired.
Thanks, Aaron.
That Ford just gray Ford just last
On the car. But
Please go on mute. John 612, please go on mute.
It's going to be a right, the next right.
Lokito, go ahead.
The next right, Chicago.
Yeah, that gray F-150 just drove past me on the opposite way towards Cedar. That was on Lake and Park.
That's us.
Thanks.
Yeah.
You could say we've got 2 commuters behind that F-150.
That's confirmed.
Do we have anyone in this call who's at 28th, 29th Pleasant right now? Lokito, you're not there, correct?
Don't wave at them. Do not wave.
Correct, I am on 3rd and Lake. I would be there in probably like 2 or 3 minutes.
This is Liv. I'm at Cedar and Lake going west. Do you want me to keep an eye out?
I'm concerned about the reports from the Spanish WhatsApp about 28th, 29th and Pleasant. Ern's relaying to Uptown, but Lokito, if you could head there, if you're up for heading there and you're only a minute or 2 out, that'd be great.
29th Pleasant.
Hey, this is Fubar. We're also about a minute out.
Ladies,
What
and
were we
gentlemen,
listening to there, Isaiah?
what you just heard was footage from Cam Higbee, who infiltrated a massive Signal chat room where multiple groups, many of the groups that you have heard of that are tearing through Minneapolis and St. Paul and other parts of Minnesota. You just heard you just heard some of their communications, ladies and gentlemen. Cam Higbee, and we're gonna shout him out pretty heavily tonight, because Cam Higbee, if you've been looking for a smoking gun, if you've been looking for any more evidence that there is collusion, that there is an insurrection going on against the federal government in the state of Minnesota, Cam Higbee just blew the doors off it, and now it's open for everyone to see. This is Apostate Radio, episode 41. I am Isaiah Carter, as always, and to the right on your screen is my brother, my fellow snowed in. Lord Almighty, it's like it's literally like the day after tomorrow came through. Nino, what's good, bro?
Hey, man, it's surviving the snowmageddon over here, but I'm doing all right. How you been?
Yeah, I'm okay. It's been crazy here in this part of New York. I've watched as the towns become basically a giant snow globe. Like like my living room is a snow globe. I just look out there, and all day long, just all the snow just blowing around out there.
Yeah, there's a lot of snow, man.
God, God, I haven't set foot outside. I'm almost scared to go to work tomorrow. But anyways,
I feel you.
So, folks, we got a lot to get to, but I'm just going to go ahead. Let's just do our thing here. That's where you can read. That's where you can follow us at Isaiah L. Carter and at Nino Chavez X. Of course, you can follow the show page as well, Apostate Radio NY. We make announcements there, talk little shit. You know what we do. And then buymeacoffee.com if you feel so inclined. Yeah, we like money. And as you can imagine, we're not just we're not just looking for money for the usual like food and toilet paper and everything else. This man over here needs some new long johns today.
Yes, I need some new pantaloons and long johns.
Yeah, so we both do on that one, brother. Subscriptions are available at $5 a month on my X, and then we also have Apostate Radio merch that's available at Real Time Inc. Shout to my brother Josh, who is currently patrolling the streets of Baltimore County, Maryland. That man, that is a brave young man, and that is his company. So if you feel so inclined, please take a look at his merch and all the things that he's got going on there. Yes, to everybody who is in the path of this blizzard, I'm just going to say this real quick, and this is really personal. Thank you to all the first responders, all the police, all the EMTs, transit workers, everybody that's going out there tonight, that's had to go out in this foolishness today, or that have to go out in this foolishness tomorrow. Thank you. You are appreciated no matter where you are. We love you and God bless. And pray that God keeps you.
Yes, indeed.
Let's get down to business. We have a returning guest tonight. A young gentleman who is making his way through the conservative commentary space. He's been killing it lately with his coverage of the woke right, and then ruffling a few feathers along the way, if you want to call it that. And we will get to all of that stuff, but we have so much to get to tonight. Regarding this, ladies and gentlemen, I give you Mikale Olson. What's up, man? Welcome back.
It's good to be back.
What's up, Mikale?
How's it going?
Yo,
Listen, you guys are getting the treatment I usually get on a weekly basis here in Wisconsin.
Yeah. Yeah. We're spoiled over here, I guess.
Yeah, right.
I mean, this has been one of the craziest weeks through that I've ever come across. Like earlier this week, and I guess we'll get to this a little bit later. President Trump came out with one of the biggest, best, one of the best speeches, torching the World Economic Forum. The World Economic Forum is in retreat. I've never seen anything like this, where all of the elites, and maybe this is a play, whatever. I've never seen all of the World Economic Forum up to Larry Fink, who's now the new CEO of it. Everybody's admitted defeat. Everybody's been like, no, we even that troll Yuval Noah Harari has said, Trump getting elected was the end of it, was the end of their little globalist project. But then this weekend happened, and Cam Higbee reported yesterday, broke the news that there's a massive Signal chat room, and I'm going to pull it up right now. A massive Signal chat room where everybody's in it. Everybody's in it. Like the entirety of Minnesota's government is in this thing. I'm going to go over some of the highlights of this for everyone here, because I know we're all reflecting on this in real time. But from Cam Higbee, Minneapolis signal infiltrated. I have infiltrated an organizational signal groups all around Minneapolis with the sole intention of tracking down federal agents and impeding, assaulting, and obstructing them. Buckle up, all will be revealed. Each area of the city has a signal or several signals. Let's start with a screen recording of all the members of the South Side group to start, and that's this here. He's basically scrolling through all of it. Minneapolis signal infiltrated. I have been undercover inside the groups for days. You'll notice emojis next to people's names. Here's a key for what those emojis mean. The highlighted positions are the most critical. Most are self-explanatory. When they find one, they send it. The mobile patrols spend their entire shift searching for suspicious vehicles. And then even more of the for each occupation or shift position, protesters have to undergo training. For each occupation, it's unclear what the training entails, other than numerous slides of instruction. And I'm going to go through just a couple of those right now. This is insane. Like it is literally insane how well organized they are. Each chat, it's insane. I've never seen anything like this. They have even as this part of the thread goes over. They have a license plate database. They're getting help from within the government, because this is stuff that nobody except government personnel would ever be able to get a hold of. Okay, they're like the plates for the national database. This is insanity.
I think the American people need to see all of these government officials walked away in handcuffs.
Every single one of them.
That's what needs to happen. And I don't think this kind of thing is going to stop until something like that happens, where you don't have to get, Gestapo in people's faces, but you can do a measured, lawful approach to this, and people that are proven to be guilty in these group chats that are helping organize this, it's criminal activity. They're helping organize this crime, and God knows where they're getting funds from. That's a whole other thing. Are they allocating state funds to pay for these protests? That's another question, I wonder.
They are, and I've seen some of that. I'm going to talk about some of the matter of fact.
Maybe I'm getting ahead of us.
No, you're not. You're not.
I would assume that's the case.
Yeah.
There's so much that's taking place in terms of the things that are being revealed. I remember, we started off the week with the people who were the ones who like Don Lemon and the two black women, and the guy and that white guy, William Kelly, I believe, is a woke farmer. Like those three out of those four had gotten arrested.
Yeah.
And then released right back out, which is insane to me. The things, the groups that are in that chat room, okay, in that signal chat, are groups that both Renee Good and this Eric Pretty guy who got shot by the police, who got shot by ICE agents yesterday. They were both in that chat room. Both of them were in that chat. I have the images. Matter of fact, I can scroll down and look for that a little bit more in that thread.
So they're in group chats that are intentionally and in these groups, these organized groups that are teaching them how to essentially commit crimes and impede law enforcement from doing their job, and create violent situations, and then they reap the consequences of doing whatever it is they're being paid to do. And now we're supposed to honor them as some slain victims. Just like it's like George Floyd all over again, except worse. This is worse.
It's a martyr factory.
Yeah,
it's like
Hamas tactics.
It's a tax-funded martyr factory, most likely, right?
Yeah,
that's exactly what it is. I mean, like the things that are the things that have been happening. Like I think if I remember correctly, Renee Good was part of a group called 619, like defend the 619 or something like that, right? And 619 was in this signal chat. They were in it. They were in it. They were in it. They were coordinating. They were talking. They were talking amongst them. They were talking amongst themselves. Like, this is gigantic. What we are, what we're witnessing right now.
Yeah, they need to perp walk all of these elected officials and people in government. That's what needs to happen.
And
there needs to be some consequences. I'm kind of, I mean, to your point, I think Isaiah's point as well. Frequently, there needs to be real consequences. I feel like they always get away with this shit. Everybody gets away with everything. All these politicians, these frequently I don't know how George Soros gets away with what he does. I don't get it. I don't get what's going on. Is they're not doing anything illegal? Like, I don't know what Pam Bondi's up to, but like, we got to go hard on these people for wasting tax dollars and funding communists, Marxists. What's the word? Agitation,
it's an insurrection.
Insurrection. Arguably,
this is a real insurrection. What January 6th was not a real insurrection.
Obstruction of justice.
That thing.
Yeah,
this is a real, actual communist insurrection of the federal government.
And it gets worse. It gets worse because I haven't gotten to the elected officials who are in this who are in this chat room. Okay, there are even other businesses involved in this, folks. There are businesses from Cam Higbee also. Businesses help terrorists. Here's a screenshot of a mutual aid link tree tied to Signalgate. It includes businesses that allegedly aid the network. So you've got Leo's Towing, Neighbors Helping Neighbors, fundraiser by so-and-so, fundraiser by Giselle Dominguez, Shake-a-Pee food delivery,
Perp Walk, all these people.
Minnesota. What the, like, guys? So now local businesses, folks, local businesses are aiding in the insurrection. How much are they getting paid by these groups? How much are they getting paid by the government? Like, that's literally what we need to be asking right now. And it just, and here's the other part too. They're giving away, they are literally, like, if you want to talk about how much of an insurrection this is, let's go back to January 6th for a second. What I used to refer to foolishly as the Capitol Putsch when I was a Democrat idiot.
What was that? Capitol Putsch?
The Capitol Putsch. It was like
what's a putsch? What's a putsch? What's a putsch?
Putsch is a shortened German word for Putschversuch.
Oh, Putschversuch. Oh, you should have said that in the first place. I know that word.
Yeah, Putschversuch. Yeah, there's and that's like the beer hall putsch was like Hitler's thing.
Putschversuch.
Yeah, Putschversuch. Yeah,
everybody knows that word. Yeah,
everybody, come on, that's not. It's like Wunderkind.
Yeah. I mean, but like, let's think back to that. Do you think out of all the people who were there, all the people who walked through the halls of Congress, who went on that tour, do you think the QAnon shaman or any of these other guys, from everything that we know right now, do you think that those people were privy to, had any idea of the type of organization that they were walking into?
No way.
Like, because I don't, because I don't remember there being any January 6th message boards. They certainly wouldn't be on Reddit. They certainly wouldn't be. They weren't on Signal. I don't know if Signal even existed back then. They weren't on WhatsApp.
Probably on some federal signals. Federal chats.
Right. Yeah.
Because that's been proven. January 6th was a DHS FBI psyop.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
But here's the thing. there's even more. We're like, there's again another one of Higbee's followers came up with actually took the time and shout to Trevor, Rev 720T. This guy, talk about a hero. This dude went through and took a screenshot of each page of a training guide. It's a training guide.
Oh,
we are neighbors protecting neighbors. We are witnesses, not warriors. No one comes to save us, so we come for each other. They even have
I was gonna ask, do these people not have a job? But I guess this is literally their job.
This is literally their job.
A lot of people, it's their job, yeah.
A mobile patrol, join the group call, push the camera.
It makes so much sense. Sorry for cutting you off. It makes so much sense. We've been seeing these kinds of agitations, and I even hate to call them protests at this point. They're not protests. They're paid, purposeful agitations at this point. We've been seeing these for years and years and years, and it has always confused me. Okay, how can there be so many people in the middle of a day on a Tuesday that can just show up to this stuff? Thousands of people, who God knows how many are on the country, just show up to these things. Remember when BLM was going on? The streets are packed with these people in the middle of a day on a work day. I'm do these people not have a job? And I guess this is kind of
the answer is yes.
This is answering that question.
They're
working for these organizations that are being organized. It looks like, at least in this case, by elected officials. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's straight up organized crime.
We've got in the spirit of organized crime. I mean, on a smaller scale. Just to give everybody an idea of how this works. In New York City, there are things called community boards. Okay, there are parts of each borough within the 5 that have community boards, right? You go in and you talk to your borough president, your the leaders of the leaders of the community board. The community board brings their concerns to city council, all that kind of stuff.
They changed those borough president names to commissars, haven't they now?
Hey, you would think,
comrades.
I mean, they basically if you listen to the Brooklyn borough president, Antonio Reynoso, that guy is about as red as a fuck. I am sure he's got the hammer and sickle tattooed on his right ass cheek. It's that real.
Would not be surprised.
Okay? Yeah. The way that boy talks, shit. But getting back to that, right? The community boards, they're always at a time when no one can make them. Okay, that's the one. You gotta understand. These people have made going to these community boards, going to these protests on a Saturday. They love protesting on a Saturday. They've made this their job. Real people are not going to community board meetings at 6:00. They're on their way home from work. They can't. So when you have 10,000 people showing up at a protest in downtown Minneapolis, at a protest in downtown Minneapolis,
George Floyd Square,
in 15 degree below zero.
Yeah. Nobody's doing that for free.
Can we talk about it? For free? Who the fuck is going is standing out in 15 below zero weather to fuck with the police?
Right. Unless you have a mental, excuse this word, I don't know if you're allowed to say this on YouTube, unless you have a mental retardation, or you are getting paid, or you're getting bankrolled, you're not showing up at that.
All the above.
Nope.
All the above, I think, with this group.
I remember even in the summer, so I live in a smaller town outside of Milwaukee, west of Milwaukee, about 30-ish, maybe 40 minutes outside of Milwaukee here. And there was a town next to me, the town next to the town I live in, where over the summer, remember when there was all of that anti-ICE stuff going on in California, where those riots that were going on? They were busing people to this town from probably Chicago or somewhere else, maybe Minneapolis, busing like hundreds and hundreds of people. There was like buses pulling up. And I remember there's one town that has this nice beach downtown, and me and my friends go there a lot over the summer. And we were just downtown at this beach, and all of a sudden we see all these buses pull up, and then all these people with signs and like picketed signs and things like that, anti-ICE gear, just get out of the bus. And we're like, none of these people are from here. None of these people are from around here. This is what's been going on around the country, I guarantee, with all of these different far left demonstrations. It's just this organized crime. They're being bankrolled by God knows who at this point. And whoever's organizing this stuff for sure should go to jail. I think that's obvious. Especially elected politicians who knows if they're allocating tax dollars. Again, we've seen the fraud in Minneapolis already with the Somalian stuff. Who knows if they're allocating tax dollars to pay for this kind of nonsense? So then it would be the citizens of Minneapolis, their own money being used to destroy their own community actively. That's what's going on. I mean, it's so messed up all the way around.
Yeah.
It is. It really
and
is.
also, but Prime Star 84 brought up another good point, like how they're recruiting. And I've seen this, but the thing about Craigslist, I've like, and shout to Prime Star 84. Thank you for that information. The thing about the Craigslist ads are interesting because I've seen them myself, but as is typical of Craigslist, they disappear as soon as the event's over. They're like the ads, either they get taken down or they're automatically deleted. It's insane. Like I have seen the way in which these people like operate under in the shadows, through Craigslist, through signal chats, as we're seeing here. The way that they
How do they recruit people? This is what I want to know. I want to know how they recruit. Well, I mean, like,
links. They have links. They have links on their websites. If you go to Within Our Lifetimes website, I forget who it was. One org that I saw, and even my wife Corrine pulled one up. Like $125,000-$150,000 a year just to fucking protest everywhere.
Oh wow, it's like that much. Oh wow,
bro, it's like the one.
What am I doing with my
like you know how exactly? I was asking the same fucking question myself. Like $150,000 a year to just protest everywhere.
Yeah,
it's a fucking business. It's a business.
Oh my goodness.
And what's insane to me is like those are the ones that you see in the yellow vest. Like anytime you go to one of these protests, anytime you go or you see these protests on television, you'll see the grunts talking, and then you'll see these people in the yellow vests, right? The ones in the yellow vests are the trainees or the trainers. Okay, they're the ones who keep everybody on message. They keep out outsiders, right? They're the ones who keep everybody in line, and they're also the first ones. So, like, if a Nick Shirley or a Nate Friedman or somebody like an infiltrator, you know, like a journalist who's not one of them, if they show up at these things, right? The yellow vest will be the one to go and get them together, and they'll take a picture of them, geotag them, and all the rest. Like, there's a whole network to this. There's a whole network to it. But it gets even worse. Not only are local businesses involved in this, not only has there been a massive collection of people involved in this thing, but there are multiple sitting elected officials within this signal chat. And
do you think they're like, you know, besides Craigslist, do you think they're setting up, you know, whether it's politicians or local businesses that are working with these, whoever's bankrolling it or whoever, right? Do you think that they're like telling, like, you know, they'll have a community board meeting at some random time in the day that nobody except a crazy person's going to go to, that's probably all Democrats, and they're like advertising this stuff at those types of meetings? Do you think that's happening?
There ain't a doubt in my mind that that's happening. I'm dead serious. There ain't a doubt in my mind that's happening. They love meetings. These are people. I have never in my life seen people who are so addicted to meetings. They love meetings.
They need friends.
They need exactly.
Yeah.
They have no other
These
friends.
People literally don't have a life.
In
they
their
have
meeting.
Nothing else to do. Yeah.
Nothing else but do. Matter of fact, did I download it in here? Please tell me I downloaded it. Oh God. There's a video of who our opposition is, and I have to find it. I have to find it because like it's a training exercise. Everybody's wearing masks. And they're literally learning how to quote unquote de-arrest.
Oh no.
De-arrest, yes.
The hell does that mean?
Some of this stuff, it's like you think it's an SNL skit. It's so ridiculous. I think I saw something like along the lines of what you're talking about on Twitter earlier today.
De-arrest.
De-arrest, meaning like
they get shot and killed.
Maybe hold on.
Yeah, basically like fucking with the police.
It's a good way to get de-arrested, getting shot and killed.
They went from fuck the police to we're gonna start fucking with the police.
Did you see this video of this? I'm gonna send this to you guys. It's an Antifa guy in Minneapolis, and I guess he's been caught before. And you know,
is he the one that's in the dress all the time?
Yeah, the guy that's in the dress.
And
you know, he posted a video of him saying he's gonna, you know, basically telling people to go kill ICE agents.
Oh yeah.
And then a video came out of him in a dress, like where like he's this creep drag queen wannabe type. Here, let me send this to you guys.
Yeah, you drop it in the private chat. I have seen that though. Yeah, and here's the crazy part: he's not the only one.
No, I've seen other ones like that.
Guy, No. That guy Eric Preddy. I'm seeing multiple sources are reporting that he was one of them too. He was a cross-dresser too. He was one of them. Yeah, he was a cross-dresser too. I have the pictures. I will bring them up here. It's insane what's going on. And again, matter of fact, here we go. This is what I wanted to show you. Like, it's insane what these people do. From Stu Smith, the Stu Studio. This guy, he says, here's video from this drum sponsored event, which is another, you know, communist organization. The PowerPoint literally says de-arrest primer.
This is the training video.
This is oh yeah.
Lift it up.
Here we go.
Gosh, here we go.
Hold on. Here we go. No. You've got everybody. I literally could not unsee this. So now my gift on a snowed in Sunday. Here's how these people are training to de-arrest and save the vote cattle.
Lift it up and stomp down. Perfect. Yeah, I love hearing the big noise. It means you're doing it well. And we'll try that one more time. So lift it up and stomp down. Perfect.
What is she trying to?
Elbow two.
What is she trying to teach them how to do? Oh, like if someone's got him from behind, like how to, like a police officer,
or how to stomp on a cop's head or something.
It's like one of those dumbass self-defense classes that don't do anything.
Yeah,
that don't work at all.
Looks that way.
Just gonna get your ass kicked or killed worse.
Yeah,
that they teach you.
Make you feel like you're confident, and then you're gonna go out there and crap.
You don't know. Your stupid little moves are not gonna work. This is. I mean, good luck, ladies. Good luck with this shit.
I mean, well, look, oh my God, yo, this is so.
Show you the motion of what it should be, and essentially, you're going to bring your back leg up. Require a little bit of balance at this part, and you'll see that my leg flips kind of like a 90 degrees here, right? Looks like a square almost. And
they're still wearing the masks 5 years later.
Stomp down. So pretend like
what are they supposed to be stomping down?
And your whole body is kind of going to go forward. So you can feel, right? when you stomp down,
does a lady like this
body weight is going down? Imagine that your whole body weight. That's what's going to happen when you stomp into a person. They're going to feel your whole body weight, so it can be very, very powerful.
Oh my goodness!
So, who is she stomping? She's stomping. I hope she's not stomping on a police officer. I mean,
that's what they're training to do.
That's attacking a police officer. If you're stomping on him, right? Like that's assaulting him.
Yeah, that's assault.
Like you're intentionally stepping on his foot or trying to kick his leg. Or whatever.
Like they're literally they're literally training to fuck with police officers. I've never seen anything like this. And our friend Mr. B, William Beck, says these people think that this shit is a line dance. That's the silliest thing I've seen so far this year.
Right.
You and me both, pal. And me both, pal.
And this is what universities are teaching women, man. Teaching kids, teaching women, mainly the ones that seem to be falling for this the most. And it's like to be fucking agitators that are going to physically try to fight with ICE agents and police officers in the name of communist bullshit and open borders or whatever. It's like, this is what you paid $95,000, $200,000 for, ladies.
And
like
here's the sad part is the people that are paying for all this garbage, the people with the deep pockets with agendas that are paying for this type of agitation, they're paying for this so-called training to try to convince really, really stupid people to go put themselves in harm's way, knowing that some of them are going to get hurt or killed, like we've already seen. And then what are they going to do when that happens? They're going to use that as the reason why we need more agitation, why we need more chaos, why we need more. It's BLM all over again.
That's
what they're doing.
It is.
Yeah, they don't give a shit about. They don't care about these
finish
people.
The job BLM started. That's what's going on.
They're just sacrificial lambs. They don't really care. They want more bodies. I mean, clearly, the left, the far left, definitely want more bodies. They know that it's their fuel for getting more people against conservatives, getting more people against Trump, getting more people on their side, which is why we got to try to avoid shooting people. As much as possible. Because
sorry, go ahead.
Because obviously that just brings a lot of normies over who just saw one video and they saw it from a certain perspective, from some kind of moderate or leftist or whatever or Democrat. This is too much, blah blah, and then they move, they switch, and it works. That works. That works. People don't pay attention, so they get emotional. What is the old phrase? Your
real action is your enemy's reaction.
Yes.
That's what's going on. So they want the reaction to justify further conflict and whatever else they're trying to push.
I mean, when you can even hear it when you listen to them, right? Like you'll see some of these fuckers just like scream at the top of their lungs. You kill me! You need to kill me!
Yeah. Just ask.
Why are you screaming?
Oh yeah, I just saw a video of some dude screaming that.
I saw a woman do that. A couple weeks ago.
It's like
Minnesota.
They're literally inviting.
Drop that in the chat.
Thank you. And here's my thing. It's like you're literally inviting the chaos. You're inviting the chaos. Like you want the reaction. It's like, give it to me. Give me what I want. You splatter my brains all over this pavement. Shoot me. Hit me with a car. Do whatever. Give me the reaction that I want so that the audience that isn't there can watch and be horrified.
Yeah, exactly.
They want a mural in George Floyd Square, man. With George, they want a statue of them.
They've been waiting for their immigrant George Floyd moment for a while, and now they have it. Now they have Renee Good.
Well, they got some white people. White people aren't quite as good. White people, dead white people aren't as useful to them as
that's true.
Dead immigrants, dead brown people, dead black people, dead trans person. They so far they want more.
Yeah.
I mean, and listen, and matter of fact, I'm gonna say this right now. Well, hold on. This is
point taken, but they're probably this is disappointing to them. They need a black person or some immigrant person, Latino immigrant or something like that, or Muslim immigrant or Somalian to get killed, and then they'll be finally they're like, yes, oh my God, it's racism. They got to use that level of it.
And this is and folks, this is an example of it. Pay very close attention.
Shoot us in the fucking face! Shoot me in the fucking head! Why don't you fucking shoot me in the fucking head? You coward! You're fucking cowards!
It's just demonic.
That dude's gonna get some kind of throat virus from doing this. By the way,
yeah, it's negative 15 out there. He's gonna get a cold. He's gonna get
as soon as he goes into like a coffee shop and stuff. I've been there, like doing karaoke, screaming in the winter, or singing in a band. Nice to sing in a band, kind of doing screaming and stuff. You'll get sick after that.
Oh, for sure.
Well, hold on a second. Why are you screaming at a karaoke event, though, dude?
Because I do fucking hard rock shit, dude. I'm a hard rocker, bro.
Do you really?
Oh yeah, yeah. No, I used to do punk. I used to do like some punk rock, like screamo, borderline hardcore, post-hardcore stuff. Definitely.
Oh wow. Were you?
And sometimes I was a singer.
Were you like Chester Bennington, God rest his soul?
I've done some of his. I've done some Linkin Park songs, but not necessarily. I was more like I don't fucking know. Who would you guys know that I'm like? I don't know. I'll think about it.
I mean, I know Linkin Park.
Yeah, no, not exactly Linkin Park, but I don't know who the hell was the famous enough like Take It Back Sunday kind of thing, like but also like but some heavier stuff than that, like Thursday and At the Drive-In and Glass Straw, things like that.
Oh, okay.
We should do that too, like hardcore screaming. Yeah.
Oh nah, I can't do that.
Not the whole time, like just like sporadically. I can't listen to that either. The
most hardcore screaming I do is when I'm at a DC United game.
These protesters might have a job opening.
I know, man. $150,000 a year. I might. Yeah.
$50,000 a year to just go protest.
I should be in there.
Literally waste time.
These people are like one tiny baby step away from just literally shooting themselves and then blaming it on a police officer or blaming it on an ICE agent or whoever. That's where we're at.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. Oh, we've got
Logic Walk stepping into that.
Yeah,
all right.
We've got coming back. He's like a regular now.
Lies a regular. Hey,
what's
Logic.
up, dude?
Yo, what up?
Man, we can't call it. We're just amazed at the craziness. Say hello to Mikale Olson, by the way.
How's it going?
Mikale, what's going on, brother?
Yeah, Maryland. Wait. What is this? Hold on. Maryland man?
Yeah, citizen, taxpayer, legal.
There you go.
Oh,
Maryland citizen, Maryland taxpayer. I'm a Maryland legal.
I want one.
You wear that in public? You wear that in public, Logic?
I mean, I go out in safe spaces right now, so
like where I live, look with it wearing that.
Where a Minneapolis version of that.
Where I live is pretty red right now, so it's kind of safe to go outside. But I haven't worn it in Baltimore City yet, but I also haven't been back to Baltimore City in a while. So,
oh boy, I haven't either. Last time I was in Baltimore City was, I want to say, almost July. I want to say, like when I was down there, for the wedding.
Oh yeah,
and even then, I wasn't even like in the city. I was like in Harford County.
Yeah.
But anyways, so yeah, you caught us. Like we're going over like all of this ridiculousness that's happening over there. And shout to Courage is a Habit. They have gone over some of the things that are going in there. And yes, there is a direct connection of several networks to Tim Walz, his administration. They've got people within. They've got people within his administration, up to and including the Lieutenant Governor Peggy Flanagan. Wow. Direct connection of Vice Watch Network to Tim Walz. Thanks to the great undercover work of Cam Higbee, revealed today that one of the leaders in organizing these violent anti-ICE riots is a woman by the name of Amanda Kohler. Monarcha was let me see. This is from the Minnesota government website, Office of Ombudsperson. Look at this commie dog shit. This is just making up words. Monarcha as a resource. Salute as a strategy, a tactic in which ICE Watch networks train rioters. We literally have the Minnesota government and Tim Walz's administration partnering with domestic terrorist ICE watch networks to impede ICE from deporting violent illegal aliens. This is it right here. Monarcha rapid response line. And then the second thing, salute. When documenting activity, remember salute to gather information. Size, how many people and or vehicles are present? Activity, what specifically are they doing?
You got to keep doing the voice every time you talk about this.
Bro, I can't read this shit in any other voice except, over
location.
Why exactly?
Address, nearby cross streets, landmarks.
I mean, I think what's worse is that it's like Minnesota. They already talk funny up there. No offense to Wisconsin's.
They talk weird for sure. Yeah.
Like they have this kind of weird accent where they're a little too. Oh God, that sounds too much like Chicago. But size, activity, location, address, uniform. What are they wearing, or what identification do they have? Time, date, and time observed. Like literally, and they've got phone numbers and times to call. If you or someone you know is detained by ICE, call ILC, the Immigrant Law Center of Minnesota, at thus and such a number on Mondays from 2 to 4 p.m. So you got a 2-hour window? 2-hour window?
You got to keep the operation covert. You can't be blowing up the lines.
2-hour windows on a fucking.
They can always spare 2 hours a day. Yeah, all right.
It's of course at a time of the day where everybody's at work. If you're a normal person.
On Mondays from 2 to 4, or Thursdays from 1 to 3. So you've got a 2-hour window on 2 days out of the week to drop dimes on. These are some fucking people, bro.
What happens if it happens after hours and then they give 2 days? You got to wait. It's like ICE ain't waiting 2 days.
No, they ain't.
Well, is there you can leave a message? Is that an option?
I'm sure they can.
You got to use snail mail, man.
Probably.
That's been hijacked too,
and here's the other part to this too, because I do want to get into this guy, Eric Preddy, the one who was the one who lost who basically got what his hand called for. Oh, but before we get into that, let me show you this gruesome asshole here. So remember you were telling me about that that guy who was this brolic Antifa guy, right? He's like this he a bad.
Are you talking about Kyle? Are you about to talk about Kyle?
Kyle.
Yeah, I think that's
no. I'm not talking about woke farmer yet. I'm talking about this. I'm talking about this guy. Like George Carlin said, he's a bad motherfucker, right? This guy here, he a bad motherfucker. This dude right here.
Oh no, that's Kyle. That's Kyle.
Oh yeah. That is the Kyle you were talking about.
Kyle Wagner or whatever his name is.
He looks so cute.
He's got the bulletproof vest on
all year.
Don't let this whole thing play.
I'm out and about.
You'll be mad.
I do it for me all year. All the
time. He looks so cute in that hat. But hey, honestly, I'm kind of scared of people. That's a freaky dude, man.
You guys ever seen the movie Con Air with Nicolas Cage?
I've heard it's good. I've never seen it.
He reminds me of what's that guy, Steve Buscemi in that movie? Who's like the serial killer with the cross-dresser. That's what he reminds me of.
Bro, every time I see stuff like that, I immediately go, that's Buffalo Bill from Silence of the Lambs.
Certainly. Yeah. Buffalo Bill-ish.
Isn't that crazy how 30 years ago we actually knew how to make movies about this kind of shit? It's incredible to me. It's like we knew what crazy was. We knew how to identify it. We knew how to call it out, and we knew how to keep these people the fuck away from us. And now, after the last 10, 15 years, everybody's so compliant. Everybody's so, we can't say anything bad. Now it's just,
And now we indoctrinate kids to be that way.
Right, exactly. We
now, I have a question. I have a question though, maybe because I'd be concerned. Like, how do you know when to take someone like this serious versus not? Because if you see him cross-dressing in the street and then making threats for ICE, it's like, do I take you seriously or do I not take you seriously?
I mean, I mean, look at Trantifa though. Look at Trantifa.
Listen, you have Andy No. Shout to Andy No. Andy No has been covering these freaks for a very, very long time. Okay, and I've actually seen some of them in New York. I've seen some of them in New York, in Brooklyn. Like I've seen them, like the blue and the pink hair. They, you know, and they have the KN95s across their face, and like one of them had like a patch on like the Progress Pride flag patch on his back with a gun on it, with like a long rifle on it. It's like, no, man, like, no, I take these freaks seriously, and I encourage all of you out there watching us on wherever you're watching us, whether it's X, YouTube, Rumble, wherever, please take these people seriously. When you see that freakazoid in a damn dress with the fucking iron front, with an iron front throat tattoo, that is not someone you want to be around, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry, you just don't.
And that used to be obvious 20 years ago, you know?
Yeah.
And now it's not. Now we're not allowed to say it. Now
you can't, right? You can't say it. You can't. And listen, everything about this, and I mean everything about this, is coordinated. It's all coordinated. I don't want anybody to get. No one should be under the impression that this is not coordinated and that there haven't been things that have been put in place beforehand to aid in all this. I want to go to raw egg nationalists. A lot of good. I like this guy. He's British, but he has a lot of he's a wellspring of information, in my opinion. And he talks about this. He says, if you want to know how protesters are able to locate and converge on ICE agents and suspected ICE agents almost immediately, it's probably because they're being fed automatic license plate reader data by the local police department. There's another way they could get it. The Twin Cities area has over 300 ALPR cameras and uses AI technology made by a company called Flock Safety to monitor, track, and enforce traffic laws. This is an incredibly powerful system. And there it is from last year. Sorry, Twin Cities, you're being tracked everywhere you go. And then here's the information. While with a network of cameras taking these photos all around us, this data can have the same effect as a police officer putting a tracker on your car. And while proponents of ALPR technology says it helps law enforcement do their jobs more efficiently, it turns out a database that tracks the location of entire communities is ripe for abuse. Officers have been documented using flock cameras to track ex-girlfriends, conduct a nationwide search for a Texas woman who got an abortion, and share information with ICE.
So are they making this stuff publicly available? Is that what they're doing? Or is it still available through a private, or not private, but a government channel that's just kind of like someone in the government is then feeding that information?
It's got to be somebody in the government feeding this information to them. Like as we talked about earlier with this signal, with the signal chat, there are government people in this chat. Yeah. Cam Higbee, if ever there was, like I said at the beginning of the show, if there was ever a smoking gun as to whether or not this is coordinated, as to whether or not this is an actual insurrection, Cam Higbee just cracked it.
Yeah,
he just cracked it. It's all there. It's all there.
Is this an insurrection or a coup? Because this is like coup level at this point. To me, it seems like.
I mean, it's on the state level. I put it like this. All of this is being done to cover to distract from the $18 billion worth of fraud that has been discovered. Let us not, and here's the thing, I want people to really understand this. Everything that happens right now, from the violence, from the people who are dying, from the people who have been killed, Renee Good and Eric Pretty, who we'll get into in a moment, everything that is happening right now, ladies and gentlemen, is because of Tim Walz, Jacob Frey, the mayor of Minneapolis, Keith Ellison, the attorney general of the state of Minnesota, and Peggy Flanagan, the lieutenant governor of the state of Minnesota. Okay, everything that is happening right now, these people have been making bank. They send all this government money to these Somalians and all these other programs. The Somalis wash the money for them, right? The nonprofit industrial complex washes the money for them.
Yep.
And then sends the money back into these people's campaign funds. That is what's happening right now. And I mean this, folks, if you are living in a blue state, you need to be on high alert for this. It doesn't matter if you live in Maryland. It doesn't matter if you live in Massachusetts. It doesn't matter if you live in New York, Pennsylvania, Connecticut, wherever, folks. Everybody is a suspect. I'll give you another example of something that's going on, and we're not going to cover it, but this is how deep and really how desperate. Just this week, the same week, this is one of the craziest weeks ever. You had Abigail Spanberger. This girl's so white she's glowing in the dark because she worked for the CIA, right? Yeah, she glow in the dark. She a glowy. She's a fucking glowy.
What is a what? Yeah, you say this. What is a glowy?
Something he just made up, man.
No, I didn't make that
what
up.
What is a glowy?
Glowworm, bro. Like these people now.
What's a glow? CIAs are called glowworms?
You see, they're called glowies. Go listen.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
You know what? I don't.
He just made it up.
I didn't make that up.
Yeah, he made this up and he's trying to make it a thing. Yeah, it's
okay. It's okay. We can roll with it. We can roll with it, man.
No,
it's just,
I like to learn things. I like to learn things when people say it. I'm like, what do you mean by that?
but here's the thing. But here's the thing, right?
I like it up.
But like Abigail Spanberger, along with Mickey Sherrill, by the way, these two worked in the CIA. Right? They worked together. They were fucking roommates. Abigail Spanberger wins the governor's mansion in the Commonwealth of Virginia. Not even 48 hours after that woman was sworn into office, you see all these bills roll through in the state. And Logic, you should know this because you're closer to, like, you're right next door to Virginia. I'm talking reducing mandatory minimums for theft, mandatory minimums for for possession of CSAM. Yep. Minimum, like I'm talking about a complete, like putting aside, making these funds for transgender surgeries, like all of this stuff, like, and just I've never seen a state legislature mash all this stuff through.
But you're missing Maryland too, man. I'll tell you this. Because the whole redistricting thing. So Hakeem Jeffries recently was given his attaboys to Wes Moore because Wes Moore is pushing through with this redistricting plan that majority of Marylanders do not want. Literally, majority of Marylanders do not want this redistricting. We only have one Republican. 40% of Marylanders are registered Republican. We have one Republican representative in Congress, and they're trying to break that one district up to get rid of that seat. And yeah, this is happening this week as well. So, I mean, it's a lot. So they're trying to cover up a lot.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're like, these people are trying to rule you. They're trying to rule you. I mean, there's no other way to really put it. Like, they want to rule over you. There's no other way to talk about this. It's like, when you're dealing with a group of people who have decided they are done serving the public, please understand, these people do not believe in serving you. They are done with it. You serve them. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, the Democrat Party views everyone as two types of cattle. You are either tax cattle, as us four gentlemen are. We are tax cattle. Okay, we cough up the monies that the Democrat Party uses to launder. The Democrat Party launders through Act Blue and all this other ones. Right? We're the tax cattle. The vote cattle are the illegals. The vote cattle are the Somalis in Minnesota. They are the illegal aliens that are warehoused in Brooklyn and the Bronx. They're put in these homeless shelters.
The Haitians in Ohio eating cats.
Exactly. Haitians in Ohio eating, right. Yeah. Literally eating pussy. How about that? Like it's crazy. You ever
nothing wrong with that.
Did you ever think that there would be a money laundering scheme involving people who literally eat pussy? Like it's crazy, right?
I mean that is it is feasible to think about, you know.
And it's not even prostitution.
What you're saying is absolutely right. It's just
sex work is work. Fuck that. We're barbecuing this bitch. You know? Oh my god,
bro.
What were you saying, Mick? I'm sorry.
Nothing. I'm just laughing at what you said.
God. Anyway, let me see this. Yeah, I mean,
we live in a crazy time. I think people are.
That's for sure.
Times.
That is for sure,
we're
man.
living in right now.
So let's talk. So yeah, let's talk about this era.
Just so add to what you're saying, Isaiah. Though, like it seems obvious that we're Democrats are much like communists are looking to have this as a one-party nation. Like that's really what they cannot tolerate like Republicans anywhere unless they're Republicans that are like super TDS or something like that, super anti-Trump. Then they can have them hang out. I mean, that's just how it is. They just cannot tolerate them having any power. Having
at least they're okay with guns now. The Second Amendment, you can
they love
guns.
They loving it's the Second Amendment now. That's something. Anyways, go ahead, Isaiah.
No. I want to get to this. Eric Preddy guy because this dude Eric Preddy is the latest. Is like the latest Ice Floyd guy, right? Operation Ice Floyd. Listen, matter of fact, before I even get to Eric Preddy, I want to say something real quick to the black people out there, to our fellow minorities. Stay the fucking home.
That's good advice, man.
Stay the fucking home.
Good advice.
Do not. I am proud of even the pro-Democrat blacks who talk shit on Facebook and X and everywhere else. I am proud of y'all because ain't none of y'all N-words coming outside in that 15 degree
That's true. Smart.
degree.
That's so true.
Keep it up. Just keep talking shit on the internet, right? And stay your ass the fuck home.
Keep it on TikTok, man.
Keep it on TikTok. Keep it on Instagram. Keep it on Facebook. You know who you are. Keep it there. Because I'm telling you right now, if any one of you motherfuckers decides to go and be a martyr for these people, it is going to, I am going to laugh. I'm going to laugh. Yeah, it'll be the one time. I'm telling you right now, do not go out there and give these white liberals what they want.
Yeah, it is what they want to.
They will make sure that they'll make sure that you are in harm's way because they're just waiting. They're waiting for that moment. Mm-hmm. They had Renee good, but that's not kind of like what you said. It's not good enough. They need that. They need a black person or they need a migrant,
a Latino immigrant, or Somalian,
something.
Right. Trans person. That's what I want to know. I want to see how many white people. I mean, look. Let me be clear. I don't want to see any more people getting killed. But I'm interested in seeing if there's going to be more people getting killed. How many by ICE, because they keep fucking with them. How many white people are going to add up to finally being a George Floyd? Like, how many do they need to like reach those numbers?
I think
if anything,
depends on how much fentanyl was in George Floyd's system.
And it certainly doesn't. It certainly doesn't. Certainly doesn't seem to be that you need a shitload of Iranians to even get somebody thinking or saying anything about it. What is it now? Like probably 30,000 Iranians killed. I haven't seen one goddamn leftist say anything about it.
No, they say nothing about it. But they'll scream about Renee all day long. It's so
that's
insane.
real. That's real like fascism right there. That's real.
Exactly right.
Right, they're crying about fascism, but they're
tyranny.
spying on people and they're following
Yeah.
people and they're taking people's personal information, their license plate from their probably from their government insiders.
Yeah.
And they're harassing people, setting up autonomous zones, trapping people. Like this is all Nazi-like behavior that they're complaining about allegedly from the Trump administration, but they're the ones participating in it. It's completely backwards.
Yeah.
How do they not see it?
Putting people at harm. Yeah, putting their own people in harm, their own agitators. Yeah.
No,
y'all miss my joke.
No, I'll tell you why. Because these people think they're on the right side
Did
of
you
history.
do the salute?
No, I said, how do they not see it?
Nazi. Yes.
I see.
I got that. I was thinking about. Yeah.
Oh man,
how do they not see it?
Oh man, that's yeah. You know,
indeed.
Leave the dad jokes to professionals, guy.
Hey man,
He's probably a glowy.
That's a good effort.
Anyways,
by the way, the glowy. You're right about glowy, Isaac.
I told you I didn't make that word up.
We all looked it up.
Yeah, I told you. I didn't think you didn't make that up. No, listen, here is actual. This is ladies and gentlemen. This is actual fascist behavior right here from libs of TikTok. Mostly peaceful protesters peacefully assault federal agents in Minneapolis, peacefully pinning them to the ground and attacking them. This is fascism right here.
Get back!
Oh, this is good way to get killed, man. Doing this shit. Unbelievable.
Yeah, they're trying to get. It's like they're trying to get shot and killed.
They are.
That's what they're trying to do.
No, that's absolutely right. They are absolutely trying to get shot. They want. And here's my thing. And a lot of I really need. Matter of fact, I want to just pose a question to the panel here. When this type of agitation, we see this agitation all the time, right? They're literally, so now they're just flat out attacking ICE agents in the middle of the street. Does any of this give you guys the impression that they're winning?
If it's spread out, I think it would say so, but we can literally just get rid of one city at this point and it'd be over. And make an example of one city. I think this
so you're saying we should drop up the nuke on logic?
No.
Raccoon City, baby.
Yeah.
Raccoon City.
No. Create a lot more glowies over there.
I was gonna say it. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, but I'm just saying. But we do have to be very clear and aware. Again, this goes back to the McCarthy was right mindset, right? It's because there are a lot of activities that have taken place in a lot of other cities to allow something like this. Now, what I mean by that, this infrastructure didn't just happen overnight. The ability to mobilize, unify, drive people into this event didn't just happen overnight. The mentality, the mindset, that didn't just happen overnight. So we have to realize that this is a cancer that also needs to be rooted out, and it has serious consequences. I say again, in a sense, they are winning because this, these events are happening. This hate America, this anti-laws, borders sentiment that's happened, it's winning. However, we have enough Americans that believe in the American dream. We're celebrating 250th this year, and I think we're going to see a revival of just what it means to be an American. So that's
I hope so.
That's my little 2 cents.
I hope so. Yeah.
I was just going to say it looks like the You know, it's a little bit different than BLM in the sense where BLM was nationalized so fast, and you saw like, you know, average people out there quote unquote protesting with BLM. But I think this time it seems way more contained, at least, which is good. And it's kind of like it's contained in one city primarily, and then you have the rest of the country, it seems, is just kind of looking in at this city at Minneapolis, and just like, you know, we're all repelled by it. It seems like there's a lot more of a reaction of, oh, this is terrible. We don't want this in our town anymore. We don't want to go through this all over again. And so I think in that sense, you know, people remember what happened with BLM, and we don't want to do that again. Even people on the left, I think, are kind of like, yeah, maybe we shouldn't go down that route again. That was horrible.
Well, I mean,
oh, go ahead.
No, I was just saying to respond to you, because just last week, just Thursday, at Enoch Free Pratt Library, which is the public library system here in Baltimore, they had the People's Power Assembly. It's a local grassroots nonprofit organization, had an assembly of how to deal with ICE.
Oh,
so
it is spreading. Yeah.
So this idea is spreading, but what I'm saying is, if we make an example, or if an example is made of a place like Minneapolis, or a place like, oh man, all the resources were there, everything we had to offer was there, and they shut it down, then it makes people rethink. Just like Trump in Venezuela. I mean, you had Russian weapons, Iranian weapons, Chinese weapons defending Maduro, but the United States Army military went in there and just snatched them right out, and didn't harm any civilians. You know, some of the guards got whacked, but it's just a demonstration. We have to show force to maintain the order, right? You have to show the lawful force, right? Not just this, this fascist, what they're trying to say, but it's like, yo, we have rules, we have laws, we have an order to this country, and you guys are pushing the limits. Not even pushing the limits, you've broken them, and this is we got to end it now. But the mindset is spread,
and we have a long history of that, man.
Yeah,
I mean, Hamilton did it with Washington, the Whiskey Rebellion. I don't know if you guys remember that, but I think they did refuse to pay taxes on whiskey over in Ohio or Pennsylvania or something like that. And Hamilton's like, well, we got to do something about this shit. So he went up with like a militia or the U.S. Army, whatever it was, and like, I don't know, it was like 5,000 troops or something like that, and they shut that shit down. Probably killed a couple people, and that was it. Like, all right, everybody get asses back to work, back home, because you're gonna be paying this whiskey tax.
We're approaching that soon.
Is Antifa the new KKK?
Yes. Same exact tactics and everything. Real quick, I have one of our Rumble. I'm going to get to some of these comments. One of our Rumble of viewers, G Me Yam One, he said, keep this in mind. People who migrated legally to the U.S. are against illegal migration. We did. Yes, that is true, because illegal migration does not help people who legally want to migrate. It is like you are in the Walmart line and people keep skipping the line. Exactly.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
That's exactly right. I mean, and my thing is this. It's like, my issue is none of these people, or maybe they know and they don't care. We're dealing with people who, like, you're actively rooting and acting against the interests of your own country. It doesn't help you. This is the one thing that I keep trying to tell Black people whenever they're like, oh my God, another, they try to, like, I see Black people all the time trying to conjure up the feelings that the righteous indignation they had when Trayvon Martin and Mike Brown and all that, like from years ago, right? They're trying to conjure up the same kind of moral outrage for Renee Good or for this Eric Pretty guy. And it's like, it's not working. It's not working.
You're right. They need a black.
They're not trying. Like it's like it's like 10, 15 years ago. you had you had control of the narrative, you had control of the media, you had control of Twitter. Like these people literally had a monopoly on the narrative. They had a monopoly on truth. And now here we are. You have no monopoly. Trump is back in office. We're now in year 2 of his second term. Glory to God, right? And now you're trying to conjure up the same thing over 2 white people who started shit with the police. It's like y'all don't even. It's like it's not computing.
Yeah.
Like literally, we're talking about ideological. Like they're trying to fit round pegs into square holes. I don't know what you guys think of that, but it's just nuts to me.
And they also can't handle being out of power. I mean, that's something to keep in mind in general. Like that lately, the left just cannot handle being out of power.
They're starting to lose it.
Yeah, it's like they just feel like they're entitled to always be in power and always doesn't matter who people voted for. Doesn't matter that Trump swept the swing states and has a mandate for this. Doesn't matter to them. It's saving democracy to them is is rigging elections through illegal immigration and funneling money back to their NGOs through those illegal immigrants and through all their NGOs and back to the Democrat Party. And this circular using our federal taxes and state taxes for it. That's saving democracy for them. And they cannot handle being out of power anymore. It seems like, and I don't think it's going to change. I know they have TDS, they have TDS for sure, but like people say, oh, with Trump out of office, it'll be better. It's like, I don't think so, man. I think, as soon as JD Vance is next, if he gets, if he wins the White House, it's going to be he's even more dangerous than Trump. He's actually smart, and he's secretly and he's connected with these people. But he's even more fascist, younger, and he's more fascist and well connected. And if Rubio wins, Rubio's more fascist. He's actually even more fascist. Look at how he tried to conquer these countries. It's just that's how it's going to go. And then whoever's after them, he's even more dangerous than Trump, even more fascist. We're going to hear that forever. We're going to hear that forever. Reagan was a fascist, by the way.
Nino, do you remember when he tried to say that Mike Pence was worse than Trump?
Oh, I think I do remember seeing that before.
People tried to say that Mike Pence was worse than Trump. I'm like,
Well, but what happened to Mike Pence though? What happened to Mike Pence though?
Mike Pence is. I don't know.
Yeah. What? No, it's a good question. What happened to Mike Pence?
Yeah, who fucking knows?
He became a rhino, man. He just
he's a rhino. And one of our on X, one of our commenters says, institutional decay says people need to realize that Trump is way more popular than people realize. My coworker is a 41-year-old single mom with a trans kid, and both of them voted for Trump.
Wow. Okay, that's based.
Yeah, I think that's kind of going on what you said before, where the left.
I like to hear that.
Mm-hmm. Where the left can't handle not being in power. I think it's even just they can't handle the fact that people don't like them, and nobody likes them. Nobody likes these people anymore. We don't care what Hollywood says anymore. We don't care what the Democrat Party says anymore. Like, we're done with it. We're all done with it. The majority of the country is done with it. We've already been down that road. And they really have to try, especially I think that's what's going on with Minneapolis right now. They're trying so hard. They're trying to force another cultural revolution situation. And it's just not working with the majority of the country. I don't think it's working.
Here's what's good. It's not. I mean, somebody and some people are like, well, he's not polling. The polls say differently. I'm like, fuck polls.
Who the hell are they polling?
Showed me.
I never get those texts.
I never get those texts
either. They're polling these community groups that are advertising
in certain districts. I'm sure. Yeah.
Somebody who is we follow each other. Darvio Moro. I love him. Right. A great dude. Very pragmatic. But he's like, you're not exactly looking. You're not exactly looking. Like you're kind of losing the public. And then somebody brings up a Pew Research poll. I'm like, I don't give a fuck what Pew Research says. Pew Research, these guys were manufacturing consent for Democrats for years. That's who Pew Research is. Okay, they don't. I've never gotten a phone call from Pew. I don't expect a phone call or an email or any type of correspondence to these people. They don't poll real people. They poll the same sampling, the same people all the time. They don't talk to anybody new.
I've never met anyone in my entire life who's been polled by one of these polling organizations. I've never met anybody. Like literally, who are they asking? I've always wondered that. Who exactly is filling out these polls? Where are they sending them through? Because they're always wrong. They're always wrong. They're never what, they don't represent reality.
One of going back to something we were talking about earlier, we're talking about like how $150,000 a year. Here's where the money comes in with these people. Because remember, we were talking about earlier, 15, it's 20 below or something in Minnesota, right? You're going out here for however much money. It's I'm sorry. I am not risking frostbite for $500 a day.
These guys are under a spell, man.
I'm just not. But hold on a second. They're getting even more money. Let me show you this. This came from Data Republican. The state of Minnesota, the Data Republican says, be an ICE and anti-ICE activist, get your rent paid and all your needs met. Cheap air filter, because the bunch of fucking hypochondriacs in Minnesota, all the Twin Cities Mutual Aid Project, find help. Look at this shit. r/DIY, a DIY subreddit, rent assistance. The following are rent assistance leads you can donate to. Look at this shit.
It's the post-work world. This is the globalist WEF agenda. It's the post-work.
It's communism.
Technocracy. It's just global communism. That's what they want. And they take advantage of these people and they make them feel like they're doing something valuable with their time when they're just making everybody's lives worse by doing what they're doing. And then they're reallocating money from NGOs or maybe the government, allegedly. We'll see where these investigations go as far as what Cam Higbee has uncovered. But this is it. It's the post-work world where, humans, human innovation and human effort and competence and all this and actually having a real job be damned. And now we just serve the system like what these people are already doing.
Yeah. We're serfs for the system.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yep.
Yeah, I was watching Dad Saves America over there, and he was the other day.
I like that guy. Yeah,
that was the exact point that was being made about the this post-war work era. Like when people aren't working, it's I don't know. To me, work is one of those things that provides purpose and value. And when you no longer say you have to work, you have no purpose, and then you're literally just a slave.
You're miserable.
And
then you want the police to shoot you. Like, that's where we're at.
Yeah. Come get me, you fucking coward.
It's wild. Yeah.
That is the cry of someone who has.
Isn't their needs? No.
That is the cry of miserable people that don't have.
They've been training these people like this to be activists since school, man. Like since oftentimes K through 12, certainly through college, in many schools. And the people who do this are probably the people who went through some of these educational. At some point, they were touched by one of these activist programs, whether we know it or not. Like these kind of DEI stuff or rights, people's rights, immigrants' rights. One of these different programs. Gender studies, colonial studies, all that shit, right? And they're getting primed for that. And then they hang out in any kind of social groups like that. They're getting primed for that. That is kind of what they've been trained to do, some of these people.
And then you got teachers like Tim Walz, who was, Tim Walz was a high school teacher, and he's setting up these DEI type groups at his school and with
be right back,
like trans kids, gay kids groups at his school. I mean, what do you
set up tampon dispensers?
They're being groomed for this kind of stuff.
Set up tampon dispensers in the boys' room.
Yeah, it's grooming. That's what it is.
So like this whole because one of the Marxist things was, Karl Marx's kind of predictions was that there would be a worker revolution, which never happened. And then you have the cultural Marxists that came after him saying, well, the reason why the worker revolution never happened was because they were ingrained and indoctrinated in the capitalist system. So in order to combat that, you have to ingrain and teach the kids something different, right? You have to then grab them as at a youth. So now, again, this was where that no work, what are you doing with a underwater basket weaving degree, right? You're not going
I have one of those.
right? You're not going anywhere with
I'm making
that.
$150,000 tomorrow in Minneapolis. What are you talking
there we
about?
go. So
you're going underwater in debt, man. That's what's going on.
Right. So with these jobs that have no industry, you are now effectively creating the human resources for the worker revolution, because you have a bunch of people that are not only unemployable, but you've trained them not to work, not to have to work. So now this is how you're generating that worker revolution by a bunch of lazy people that think they should just get paid to exist.
Yeah, it's like what James Lindsay always says: the issue is not the issue is always the revolution. And so all these different social issues that they're grooming kids with, that they want kids to care about, or even adults, it has nothing. They don't actually care about gay people. They don't actually care about trans people. They don't actually care about black people or immigrants or Somalians, or you go down the list. They care about the revolution, and they're going to use these issues to agitate people and to convince them that they need to be part of the revolution because fill in the blank minority group that they represent. And it's just round and round you go, and they're being like groomed to be little foot soldiers in the revolution. That's what
Red Guard, man. Red Guard. They're
It's Red Guard.
Exactly.
It is. The crazy part is if you read
demoralization.
The crazy part is if you read the Communist Manifesto, it says this, right? This is the revolution for the sake of revolution. There's no end to this, right? There's no end game. It's just like, so if there's no prize, if there's no goal, right? Why are you joining this movement? You're angry. That's it, right?
Yeah.
It's there's no end to this. There's always going to be a revolution.
It's a game of Monopoly where somebody's the last person in last place, no chance of coming back, and they want to flip the table, man.
Well,
it's even worse.
They want to flip the board.
Or even worse, it's like anytime when what they say, what these people actually believe in. Yes, you're right. The revolution is perpetual, right? That this is what they generally believe, folks. But they take it a step further. Anytime that there is a situation where you want to stop, where you're like, okay, I think we're good right here. We're good, right? That immediately becomes right wing.
Yes.
Because the status quo, is considered right wing.
The truth is considered
the truth is considered right wing.
Anything that doesn't further the revolution at all times is considered a right wing extremism at this point.
And here's the thing. Here's what's crazy though. By that logic, what they're doing right now, by agitating and fighting with cops and beating the shit out of police officers, that's not helping the revolution. So that's right wing. That's right wing right there, right now. By their logic. Okay, because again, going out, I have to repeat this, going out in 10 to 20 degree below weather, going out in 20 below is not a winning strategy. No, regular people are not going to go out in 20 below unless they absolutely have to.
Yeah, they're just making themselves look crazy because they are.
Exactly.
And I think that might be the difference between right now and BLM, is at least BLM had this like Hollywood-esque marketing ploy behind it that made it seem like it's what, your average everyday
and all the sports leagues
part of, and all the sports leagues, and they're painting it on all the streets and NFL and NBA and all that. But these people, they just look crazy. Like, that's it.
I take tremendous joy, man. I watch them freeze their ass off. Man.
I think the infrastructure is the biggest part, though. That they're sending these useful idiots out there, but I think to me, they still have the underlying infrastructure. And if we're not addressing the infrastructure element, like the signal chat or how they're getting these messages out,
Universities,
things like
K
that.
through 12, man, in general.
Yeah, I mean,
that's got to be addressed.
Yeah, this is ripe for repetition. Now, I think also with this, we have to be very, very careful, because one of the communist goals is to start using, your way of thinking, like using your moves against you. And we're starting to see again, with them adopting the Second Amendment, right? Adopting, the right to bear arms and self-defense, which is the new, kind of talking point, that they're going to start using, the laws that we have against, Americans. I mean, against law-abiding citizens. So I think it's very, very important to understand the strategy that they use and the organization that they have, because if we don't, this could literally just pop up in other states. And we have to also remember, like, this isn't these things have been happening. George Floyd though was Chaz and Chop, right? We did have an autonomous zone in Portland or wherever, Seattle, wherever it was. And this is Chop or Chaz 3.0, what they're doing. We're doing in Minneapolis. This is just another edition. And this is the last thing I'll say, because we do have to be careful too. And I look at Baltimore as another example, because Baltimore, to me, I believe, is a communist city. And the reason a lot of these incubators are in place is because there's not a lot of local pushback, a lot of local people that kind of feel like believe in, American values, what have you. Like, Baltimore is a 9-1 blue city, but it's infiltrated. And it was the birth, a lot of these communist ideas. The Afro newspaper was the first, black-led paper that was infiltrated and used to, get blacks into the Communist Party. And that has influenced a lot across the country now. So again, I think these cities that don't get pushed back from the infrastructure level, it's time to really kind of pay attention to what's going on there as well.
Yeah. It's crazy. And there's even more. These folks are wearing the new battery operated heated clothing. The cost is about $200. What?
Why you tell me that?
Funded by your tax dollars, Minnesota residents.
At least they give them out for free, right?
Yeah, right.
Free $200 clothes. Huh?
Yeah. $200 coats. Now this right here is what really is like the nasty part of it, because now you've got connections to the Attorney General, like we said earlier, Keith Ellison. AG Ellison, but this is from Ali J. Kiss, ex-user. The Signal Rapid Response chat is divided into geographical groups in Minnesota and even further broken up by neighborhood. They all refer back to a few of the same organizations: Monarca, Unidos Minnesota, Defend the 612. I repeat, that was the group that Renee Good was affiliated with. MIRAC and the ACLU. They also direct people to the same legal institutions for reporting specific ICE activity. AG Ellison's office being one of them. There it is, folks. There it is. And then there's the new Northeast, Southeast Noise group agreements. Look, group geography, and then here we go. Monarca, we talked about that earlier. And of course, they're closed on January 23rd because protest is like church to these people.
Yep, it's a religion.
Yeah, it's
a religion.
It's a real
Now I want to get to this big one right here, because we still have a lot to get to. Peggy Flanagan is one of the admins in that Signal chat. The lieutenant governor, ladies and gentlemen, the lieutenant.
Why do they always look the same? These people.
Yo.
The crazy eyes.
They got the crazy eyes behind those gigantic glasses. And I know I'm not helping because I have on a fresh pair of Warby Parkers right now.
Those eyes are holding back a lot of pain and frustration with the fact that they are not living in reality.
When was the last time? When was the last time she actually had like? You know what? Let me not go there. Let me not go there. It's a family. This is a somewhat family show.
Imagine being Tampon Tim's lieutenant, man.
Oh God. Like so Billy, Mr. B says I have a 40-year-old snowmobile suit. Well, where are the pictures of it, bro? I want to see the pictures of it because at this point, like seriously, I need to know what type of gear on the inside that these people are getting. Like, it's one thing. I want to know what fucking base layer that these people are working with to be standing outside in 15, 20 below. I really do. I've never like Mick, you're
from Wisconsin.
You're from Wisconsin.
I'm dealing with the same weather that they are right now.
So for the benefit of our audience, sir, please explain to our viewers what the fuck does 10 to 15 below feel like?
It feels like your body is collapsing from the inside out. That's what it feels like. No, it like literally hurts to just walk to your car. So especially if it's a little bit windy, like, here the other day it was -15, -20 or something like that. Wind chill, -30 to 40. So if you're and that's what it was. I'm sure it was like probably about the same there. It's been probably about the same over in Minneapolis. It's not that far. And,
how far away is Minneapolis from you?
Like 4 hours, 4 or 5 hours, but far. It's right diagonal. So it's maybe a little bit more north than me. Because I'm right in line with Milwaukee and Madison. I'm like kind of right in between Milwaukee and Madison. So, but still, it's probably about the same.
Is that the kind of cold? Conditions. Is that the kind of temperature, right? Where like if you threw a bottle of if you threw water up in the air, that it would fall down in like ice pellets? Like,
I don't know, but it would probably. I don't know. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. It's literally like you walk outside and your face hurts. If there's any like if your ankles are exposed, it's like stings. It's literally stings to walk outside. So, there's no way that these people are spending hours and hours and hours and hours outside without some serious gear. And then the winter gear is not cheap. I mean, you get a North Face jacket, you're spending hundreds of dollars just on the jacket. And if you get some cheap Walmart version of it, that's not going to keep you warm. So, if these people are out here, they're spending, they're dropping a lot of money on whatever they're wearing. And
do white people get ashy out there?
Probably,
I mean, that sounds like ash weather right there, man. You said as soon as the air touches your skin, like it hurts to walk.
I think even white folk will get ashy in that kind of weather, man.
Yeah, it's bad.
Oh man,
I think so.
But point is these people are definitely getting paid a lot of money to be able to afford all the gear they're wearing to be out here for this. And
I mean, I was lucky to get. I have a Columbia coat. Yeah, that cost. And I got a vest also. But it was on sale. I think I got them both for like $250. And it's like I've never the heated jackets. I saw those and anytime I see those heated jackets, I think to myself, this fucker's gonna catch on fire.
Yeah, forgive me, guys. I didn't know those existed. I'm sorry.
I didn't either. I didn't even think about it. Yeah,
seen them, but I'm like,
they got the gloves, like the heated gloves, and you can get all that. Like it's a whole thing.
It makes sense.
Hats like that.
But I just never thought about that. Yeah.
So it's also come to so Peggy Flanagan is the lieutenant governor of Minnesota. She's in she was an admin in the signal chat according to 0 Hour 1. Yo, shout to 0 Hour because that dude don't miss. 0 Hour does not miss for anything. He and his team, the Dindu crew, I love those boys, went through, saw all of that, and it has come to my attention that Peggy Flanagan has deleted her Facebook.
Uh-oh.
In the last hour, boys, in the last hour, and I'm going to share some, I'm going to show some of this stuff too. In the last hour, the fallout has just been, everybody is just screaming in this chat. everyone is screaming, "Oh God, we're all fucked."
Have you know that for sure? You've seen it? Are you speculating?
Signal chat?
I am not. I'm far from it. Far from it. Babe.
I want to see it. I want to see it.
Here you go. I got it right here.
I want to see the wailing and gnashing of teeth.
Oh yeah,
snot bubbles.
Snot bubbles. Hold on, I'm pulling it up right now. Here it is. Here it is, boys. This is from X user. Hold on, I'll tell you right now. This is from X user Gina Milan, who pulled this up. Here's a screen recording of the moment they realized their signal chat was infiltrated. Here we go. Look at all that.
I heard, I saw a tweet that said something about, I don't know if it was from Cam Higbee or somebody that said something about them, people trying to flee to Cuba. Some of these people. Like,
look at that.
Look at the communist country.
Some of them are fleeing to Cuba.
Like they're plotting to, or trying to figure out how to flee to Cuba.
They can
go to Cuba.
Yeah,
go to.
I hope they do. Please.
So hold on.
I wish they would all go to fucking communist countries, man.
Yeah.
So check it out. So you see people. So you see people still like going in, like, but then it's like TikTok. You are all going to jail. We are all.
Our word.
We are now following Communist Crusher. We are now following all of you retards, and whatever you think you are going to end ICE, we are going to snatch you up and take you to the lake and throw your goofy asses in.
Oh my God! I want to see some of the people are people getting scared in here?
Oh yeah. We can't say retard, and there's more of us. I don't cowards. I'm on 43. Stop by. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. I'm leaving this one. Please hold on.
I see a lot of people leaving the group.
Yeah. That's what it is. Please look at this livid. Please reserve this chat for salutes and rapid response requests. All of their messages need to move to the patroller community hubs. This is nope. Sorry, patrols. You see that? Did you see that? Why is everyone? Look at that. Why is everyone leaving?
Oops.
Total meltdown. Yeah.
Please, everyone. We need this open for active salute. Lot going on this AM. Yes, bro. Look at this. Hold on. The feds are all in here. Bro, they got fucked. TikTok. Oh my God. This is, ladies and gentlemen,
incredible.
That gives my life meaning. Okay. Like, I'm sorry. That is just amazing. Jane Connolly, Minnesota says, I think her personal Facebook is deleted. Yeah. I mean, again, like this is what we're dealing with. She also says, and here's the Minnesota Lieutenant Governor Peggy Flanagan's Ojibwe name is oh my God.
Don't do it.
God.
She had a fucking Ojibwe name.
Yeah. Hold on. I think I could. Giji Wawida. Oh, I got it. Giji Wawida Munkwe, which translates to speaks with a clear and loud voice. Well, that bitch made that up. Ain't no fucking way that bitch made that up. There's no way.
No, it means no. She's lying. That means I'm a strong, independent, feminist woman.
That's the same thing. That's the same
clear
thing.
And loud voice woman. Get the fuck out of my face.
That's the same thing.
She's a strong, independent woman who hopefully gets her blocked any day now. That's
exactly. Nah, bro. This is again like
these people need to all go to jail.
If there was ever a smoking gun, like I said, this is it.
I'll say this. I'll step it up a notch. If these people don't go to jail, our Justice Department and our justice system is.
Then Pam Bondi, Bondi needs to go. Pam Bondi needs to go. I mean, I'm not like I am a believer in her after she it only took 4 days for those two for 3 out of the 4 raiders of the church last weekend to get arrested. It took her 4 days, which again, and please understand, I'm shocked that it took 4 days. Because honestly, I knew I understand that it takes time to build cases, right? To have a case built like that in 4 days is incredible, and I credit that. But again, these people got to go. These people have to go to jail. There has to be consequences, real consequences for this shit.
Yeah,
I've had enough. I've had enough.
I agree.
And matter of fact, there's even more. I found this out just a couple minutes ago. Alyssa Pollock, found in the now infamous Minneapolis ICE Watch signal chat, is an employee of the Minnesota Department of Education. Guys,
coaching for equity. The first thing she puts on.
Yeah, it goes back to what we said about these groups, these community groups that are being held at all hours of the workday, where these crazy people go, and then people like this probably are leading it or are marketing, and they're just creating this whole community of communist agitators that are being led by people that work in the State Department. It's
so many women too, man. So many women.
Well, it was always the women.
It's very unusual to have like.
Oh, what was that quote?
Political party. One political party is
dudes who are
all women, and the other one's almost all men.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah. Dudes that are cross-dresser or think they'll get laid.
Yeah.
And hold on, I'm just typing. It's like
White Knights.
But even in the night that, like, the book 1984.
Yeah,
I mean, George Orwell had the quote, like, it was always the women who were like and even like it was always the women who were, I can't remember the exact quote, but it's like they were the ones who were the most dedicated, they were the ones who were the most bigoted, the most like they were like the strongest.
They swallowed all of the propaganda or whatever, something like that. I think you said
something like that.
Accepted all the propaganda.
I don't remember.
They're most passionate about it.
Quote. I have a theory on why. I think it has to do with the fact that women have like a mother, like naturally they have a motherly instinct, and so this is what that looks like when it's misdirected.
Yeah,
where they don't have kids. A lot of these women, I guarantee you, none of these women have kids. I guarantee you they're not married, or if they are married, it's like
their kids are out of the house already,
or their kids are out of the house or something. They don't have any.
Don't got grandkids.
Or if they are married, their husband's clearly not that involved in their life, and so they're looking for purpose, and they're looking for like a place to put their motherly protective instinct, and then that gets taken advantage of by these crazy Marxist agitators and whoever's bankrolling them. I think that's kind of what's going on.
And they usually have like, needle dick, soft husbands who won't argue, won't disagree with them, won't argue. But
total pushovers.
Yeah, I mean, not saying you have to disagree with everything that the Democrats do or whatever, but it's like, they won't push back on like the crazy feminist shit they say. Like, why do we even need men? It's like, you crazy. Like that shit you always hear from what it's like. From feminists, it's like, men like built everything on Earth. They mine everything. They freaking get all the food. They're constantly they're out there cleaning the snow right now. They're out there getting ready to fix the fucking wires. I mean, I think Jeff Dye is comedian. I think he said they would last like 4 days, like fucking with like in the world without fucking men fixing something or doing something. Like we mine everything. We do everything physically, pretty much. Besides raise children as much as mothers do. And they are so ignorant, the feminists, I should say, are so ignorant, the modern feminists, that they literally are going through school thinking that men are just like, all we do is exist to oppress women. And all men do exist to oppress women and be racist.
So there's that motherly instinct. We got to protect society from fill in the blank, the men, the Republicans, that whatever it is.
And the men, back to my point, the men won't push back on it. Like, they'll just they'll hear these things, and as a man, you should be like, well, that's actually, I get what you're saying because you've heard a lot of stupid shit, but that's actually totally not true at all. If you think about it for more than 10 seconds, here's why. And at first, they might be like, oh wow, I don't need to hear this, but eventually they'll figure it out. Like, okay, actually, that's true. I probably shouldn't say stupid shit like that. But they won't ever do that. Men will never do that. For a lot of men will never do that with their wives or their girlfriends. Yeah. I've seen it. Oftentimes, the women will bite their heads off, but you got to have a stronger backbone and just be like, no, you're being really ignorant right now.
Have you guys seen the Island with Bear Grylls?
No.
Oh man, so there was it's a really a British reality TV show. And I don't know what season it was, but one season that they put like 10 men on an island and 10 women on an island. They had this, and the competition was to survive as long as you could. the first episode for the women was like a trip. Like if you didn't think there was a difference between the way men and women operate
every time,
you gotta watch that first episode of the the Island with Bear Grylls when the women go out to the island, because boy, it was emotional early.
Oh no, I've seen so many things like that, man. And like, look, like women don't need to be good at the same thing men are good at, but like you just gotta recognize that. You gotta recognize it's like, all right, for the most part, men are good at this kind of thing. Men put themselves out there. We're physically stronger. We're one thing that we're not figuring out, and I think smart women are, and women with strong husbands and or women who are educated, really educated about life and wise, are realizing to the left has been so bad, and women are not great at this by themselves usually, of realizing what the risks or the threats are to society, threats to your family. Men are more expert at that. Like, and that is literally a masculine trait in general. I think there's even I thought I heard a study or somebody said the other day that it was like a doctor. I don't know if it might not be true. It's Instagram, but it makes sense. Like women will wake up if they hear their baby crying, but men will wake up in the middle of the night. And men won't wake up for that necessarily. But men will wake up if they hear something outside, like a tree breaking or something hitting on the door. And I've noticed that in my life, but that's just a little example. But in general, it's like they could be very naive about things. Like, oh, nothing's going to happen. It's okay. We're going to have fun. It's like, no, there's a lot of threats out there all the time, like everywhere. Like somebody could put drugs in your drink. Somebody could rob you here. Somebody could rob you there. Somebody could do this. And if you let in millions of people from other countries, there's thousands of people are going to be a big threat, at least thousands of people. And then you also have the threat of them changing your culture in a way that you don't want to, like if you have way too many people from Somalia or some Muslim country that's Islamist or something like that, or communist country. It's like, do you want to be like Somalia? Do you want to be like Syria? Do you want to be like communist China? Because that's what will happen after a while. So it can't go on forever. This can't go on forever.
Yeah, it's like the overbearing mother thing that Jordan Peterson always talks about, how does he word it? There's the tyrannical father, and then I think maybe overbearing is
it's a mother. It's
devouring mother.
Devouring mother. Yes, that's it.
Yes,
yeah. And I think that's the kind of push-pull we're seeing, where the temptation for conservatives right now, or I would say just a lot of men, because a lot of men are drifting conservative, is to become that tyrannical father and take it too far and further push us down the dialectical
that is the risk,
path. Yeah. And then, but then the other side again is that what we're experiencing, I think, at an institutional level, is the devouring mother.
Yes,
and
totally.
It's like, okay, how do we stop that? That's the question.
Well, I think we also have to realize that some of the actions that perceived what you call a tyrannical father would take do appear tyrannical without. And I think
that's true too.
The idea is the intent of it, right? If I'm trying to keep you safe from an attacker, that means I may have to attack the attacker, which can result in some bad, something
which can look brutal and mean.
Yeah, exactly. But the thing, here's the thing about the threat of evil, right? If you're going against an evil that's stronger, right, you lose. You have to be stronger than the threat that you're up against, right? So if we're facing, whether it's, religious Christianity or what have you, or, physical, that's why, we should all have some level of physical strength about us, or preparation about us, is because the threats that do come against us are vicious. And that's why Meg Meeker in her book, Strong Fathers, Strong Daughters, said it clearly. And I heard several other people say this, but I'm just quoting her, is that masculinity is the moral exercise of authority, right? And that's what we have to remember, is that it's going to look rough, right? When I lay down the law in the house and telling my kids what to do, it's going to be tough. That's why we got the word tough love. But at the end of the day, it's to protect. And we have an entire country now that has missed fathers for so long. It's so commonplace for manhood to be diminished and be the bumbling, fumbling fool that we don't understand what masculinity
in
looks
every
like
show
and
now.
care.
It's been like that for a long time too.
I mean, I don't know if you guys watched that new Stranger Things or just that show in general. But
Yeah, I've
like
seen it,
you
yeah.
see in that show, the dads, besides the one cop in the show, every other male figure in the show that's an adult is this like goofy, bumbling idiot. And then
Yep.
it's always the women that come in and save the day
Yeah,
every time. This is like, you watch Marvel movies now, that's
Yep.
what it is. And this is the message it's sending. So it's saying it's reinforcing this devouring mother problem in our society. Is
And
what
the
it's
tyrannical
saying.
father.
And the tyrannical father, yeah.
And it's trying to weaken the male too, and it's trying to be like,
Oh,
and men, because men need these stories. That's why I think it's one of the reasons why we have these narratives, to be brave. Like look at what the guys in Lord of the Rings did. Look what these superheroes did. They were brave. They fought for the rights of, even though they might have gotten killed. They're fighting for people who are being criminals or villains or attacking people, and they're saving the city, whatever, right? And it's like, we've been seeing in the last 10, 15 years at least, more of women taking the lead for, and I don't mind there being some women heroes, right? Nobody minds that. Like, nobody cared when they were in X-Men and stuff like that. But like, Marvel was starting to like replace all of their characters with male characters with women, like their daughters. So it became like this, like a huge number of like female Avengers and stuff. And I don't know if it's going to work, but it's like, that's I think it's fine for people to be brave and stuff, but men really need the boost. Men really need that boost to be like, hey, it's up to you, because it can't be like an argument when somebody's breaking into your house, like, well, you're really empowered and you're a empowered woman, so maybe you men need to be like, no, I have to go do this. It's not even a fucking question. You stay here. I might get killed. We'll see, but I got to do it. Shouldn't be a fucking.
I want to give you all an example of just how effed up the Marvel Cinematic Universe was. And a lot of y'all, I don't know who here remembers WandaVision.
I didn't watch it.
I heard it was bad. I never watched it.
I watched WandaVision and I loved it up until the last episode, and this is the last episode that just ruined it for me. Okay, I'll never forget. Right after Scarlet Witch had. Like, she had held an entire town hostage and turned the entire town into like her own personal puppets because she was upset about Vision getting blowed up by Thanos, right? So her robot boyfriend got blowed up, and she was just like, I'm going to turn this entire town into my own personal state. This is like the ultimate main character syndrome, right? So then they finally beat Agatha Harkness, or whatever her last name is. Yeah, they beat Agatha, and everybody's like waking up from the fog that they were in all this time. And here goes Monica Rambeau in her like the token, cleanup, the token black cleanup lady, right? Going, they'll never understand what you sacrifice for them. I'm like, bitch, like, sacrifice what?
Yeah, she had them under mental control for how long?
Down hostage for months.
Yeah,
for months after the blow.
That's kind of crazy.
Like, yo, you
kind of crazy way to put it. Yeah.
And of course they put, because they had to have the black girl magic, they put this same Monica Rambeau lady, they turned her basically into the black Captain Marvel. And that's why but the point is, masculinity of any kind is so lacking in America these days. Any type of masculine tendencies, right? Speaking directly to an adult as an adult, looking straight at them, shaking hands. Have you shaken hands with a fucking with a fucking Zoomer lately?
If they'll shake your hand,
they don't know what that even is.
They don't look you in the eye. They mumble.
They won't look you in the eye.
Limp ass handshake.
They're very passive aggressive. I'm on the train to work. I'm on the train going into the city one day for work, and this kid was trying to pull one over on the conductor on the train. Okay, because Metro North, the conductors actually walk through the train, take tickets, all that kind of stuff. Anyways, this kid was trying to get one over on the conductor, right? trying to scam him out of, letting him ride wherever he was going to go. And I kept looking at him because he looked like he was going to hit him. He looked like he was going to hit the conductor and assault him. And so I guess, so then he runs into the bathroom, right? He goes in the bathroom after talking to so he comes back and he's like, I guess, ready to get off. And he just starts talking shit out of nowhere to me. Like he's just he's talking shit like kind of under like mumbling under his breath. And so I'm listening, like, excuse me, do you have something you want to say to me? And he wasn't expecting that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
he wasn't expecting that because again, like being talked to directly, he was like, "Oh, now you don't want to look at me." I said, "Excuse me." So then, so then, as he tries to like back away from me, I stand up, and the 3 out of the 4 here, Mick, you don't know, I am a very big guy. I am 6'3". Okay. Nino and Logic can vouch for me. They both met me in person. This little bastard had no idea what to do with himself.
No, of course not.
When a man this big looks at you and says, "Look here, young man, I don't take all this talking. Either you're gonna talk to me, either you got something to say, or what's up."
Yeah. Yep.
They don't know what to do with that.
Yep.
That masculine energy is missing because a lot of these kids, especially these black kids, they're raised by their mamas. They're raised by their grandmamas.
Yeah.
I want to say this, man.
I can go into that. I can go
a lot of kids, or their feminine ass dads,
or their feminine ass dads,
or their dads aren't in the home. That goes across races at this point now, man.
Yeah, yo,
all
you're right about that.
Yeah,
but yo, look at this stuff. Okay, you want to talk about like Ephesians chapter 6, for those of you who are Bible believers, is a very real thing. For we do not battle against flesh and blood, but against principalities and powers, and the rulers of darkness in high places, right? That is real stuff. Here's an example. This is Myrtle Lemon Todd and Trevor Lemon Todd, marketers and sign design of the Signals chat group. So if you ever wanted to know who the people are who are designing the signs that you see at these protest rallies, prepare yourselves, boys.
Maybe these are the demons that scratched Tucker Carlson that one time.
Bro, it's bad. Are you guys ready for this? I hope you guys have like Pepto-Bismol. It's fucking bad.
Oh,
that is Myrtle Lemon Todd. Here we go.
Look at mama.
The hairy armpits.
you like the one on the right clearly has had a double mastectomy.
So she's a man.
Well,
are they both men? What the fuck is that?
Wait,
that one here is
those same people?
These are different people.
No. One of them.
I see a mustache. I see a mustache on that short thing.
That thing, yeah. No. That's one of the same people. That's this one. That's this one on the right.
Yeah. Okay.
And whoever this freak is, right? Like that's who that's what we're dealing with, folks. Myrtle Lemon Todd, a they them.
Yeah, enough of these fucking people, man.
Folks, demons.
I want to say something.
Please do.
I want to bring it back to what Logic was saying too, and I was saying about how how they're not. It's a naivety from like we're seeing from femininity and like how men need to be strong and everything like that, and to have authority. And it's like there's been no well. Maybe there has, but there's one of the best examples we've seen recently is Europe, man, and Canada. Right? Like, they can't even they don't have the cards to do anything with us, to negotiate with America. Trump would go in there and do whatever the hell he wants because they totally they have no militaries really anymore. They don't really pay they don't actually we pay for so much of their stuff. We protect them. We could have just taken Greenland if we wanted to. We really could have. And that's why they're shitting their pants. We had Mark Carney make that little bitch speech You know, be like, why aren't they going to take care of us anymore? Basically, whining about, lamenting the end of the liberal order, where we were just like the fucking welfare, paying welfare for the rest of the goddamn world and protecting the world like a bunch of fucking children. They should all have militaries. They should all be paying for them. They should all be ready for war all the time, because they're I don't know what the hell they made them think that like there's not going to be war anymore ever. Like we're dealing with human beings. You know, like Russia is going to potentially come and try to come back in, or China, or whoever. Maybe fucking Hungary or Poland's going to get pissed off at each other. Like, you know, this happened forever. We're not done. People are not done going to war. And you're sitting here and worrying about what we're going to do to help you. And why are we giving our tax dollars for this shit?
Yep.
And it's a feminine, bitchy, soft, you know, like now they're in a position where they have to, like, you know, if they were strong like they used to be, they could be, the European Union could be like, yo, you're going to take Greenland? No, you're not taking Greenland. You ready to go to war for this? But they're not even in that position to do that. They're fucking soft as hell. And they're worried about Russia. They have 730 fucking million people in that country. And they have a lot of money. They should have a lot of money. You guys fought a lot of wars in the past. You guys aren't prepared to deal with Russia. Russia can't even beat Ukraine.
Nope.
Using nukes. I mean, they will eventually, but it takes forever. They killed a shitload of their people. It's just pathetic. This is what I'm talking about. It's pathetic. Like, you need to be ready to fight, ready to war, ready to protect yourself, ready to keep an eye on threats at all times, keep them at bay, undermine them, which I love what Trump's done with Venezuela with that. You have to undermine your enemies at all times, like they've been doing to us for fucking decades. I mean, the Soviet Union's been doing it since the 60s. That's why we're dealing with this shit now, the subversion, demoralization. Yuri Bezmenov told us this in the 80s. And China's been doing it, like, you know, funding schools, screwing with us, buying farmland. I mean, we're letting 20,000 Chinese men, military men in a year. So you think they're all just like here to be good Americans? I mean, come on, man.
Have you guys noticed?
I think that the Democrat women are like, just don't even think about it. It's like, oh, that's fine if they even know about it. It's crazy. Anyways, go ahead, Logic.
Yeah, have you noticed though? Because Isaiah, you was on that Just the Guys episode. We had the debate against socialism, right? Have you noticed like the same mentality that's going on here? Is so the communists and the socialists say, in order for socialism to win, capitalism needs to cease to exist. It can't beat it on its own merits. It can't beat it, right? So in order for feminism to win, right, masculinity has to cease to exist.
Good luck with that shit.
It's the same.
Good fucking luck.
But
both of those
you're
things.
saying good luck. You're saying good luck, but look at what's happening. I mean, when you look at the state of masculinity, and even like we have a term, toxic masculinity, just by being a man is toxic masculinity. Telling the truth is right leaning. You know, all of these examples of that. So I mean,
but I mean by good luck with that though is because is that they do. Like if they actually got rid of masculinity completely, like they'd be screwed. But the thing is, if
they did the same thing with communism,
communism, exactly right. That's why I say good luck with both of those things. Like, you know, if everybody was communist, like nobody'd have any money or anything. Nobody'd have anything.
But think of it this way. Think of it this way: the fact that they're saying telling the truth is right wing, being an upstanding citizen, being masculine, are all right wing things. Working out is right wing, right? like literally. Like if you go through that, I could pull it up right now. That's that graphic that the Smithsonian came out with. Y'all remember
the American flag?
Yep.
Patriotism.
The American flag is right wing.
Is right wing. You just can't love your country.
But here's my question to you: why did I choose that for myself? Why would I choose to be weak?
Because the group decision is better.
Fuck the group.
The collective, the warmth of collectivism, man. Come on.
The warmth of collectivism. That's right. That's right.
I have never seen that.
Who said that again? The warmth of
Mamdani.
Ron up here. They nah, man. Look, take that bug shit somewhere else. That is
what he means, by the way. The warmth of collectivism is we've discovered in Minnesota. It's the heated jackets.
Yes,
$800 heated jackets.
That's 100% right. That's right.
Yeah, maybe those they are practicing the warmth of collectivism. I mean, 10,000 in one spot. Probably. They didn't have any heat at their house, man. Let's go outside in the cold. Maybe it's warmer.
Yeah.
Speaking of the warmth of collectivism, because again, as we've well established, going out and standing on the streets at 10, 15 below is not a winning position. You want to know what else isn't a winning position for the left these days? When they put that fucker Barack Obama up on stage and make him talk. Yeah, I'm saying it right now. Got this right here.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I didn't read this yet.
Yeah.
Anything good in this? This is story, the statement by President Obama and Mrs. Obama. I know she's gonna like that.
Yeah, she probably won't. Especially given, I have never in my life, bro. She's the dark skin. Who's Steph Curry, Aisha Curry. She's the dark skinned Aisha Curry, bro. The way
now, do you think Obama has split personality though?
Obama's like
because he could be President Obama and Mrs. Obama.
That's
he could be. But
Big Mike.
Big Mike.
I want to get your
maybe
thoughts.
Big Mike's President Obama now. Maybe he's
Big Mike. Yeah. Oh God. He says the killing of Alex Preddy is a heartbreaking tragedy. It should be also be a wake up call to every American, regardless of party. That many of our core values as a nation are increasingly under assault. Federal law enforcement and immigration agents have a tough job, but Americans expect them to carry out their duties in a lawful, accountable way, and to work with rather than against state and local officials to ensure public safety.
You sound just like him.
That's not what we're seeing in Minnesota. In fact, we're seeing the opposite. And then he goes, of course, here comes the bullshit right here. For weeks now, people across the country have been rightly outraged by the spectacle of mass ICE recruits and other federal agents acting with impunity and engaging in tactics that seem designed to intimidate, harass, provoke, and endanger the residents of a major American city. If they're there illegally, they're going back. That's the problem, Barack. These unprecedented tactics, which even the former top lawyer of the Department of Homeland Security in the first Trump administration has characterized as embarrassing, lawless, and cruel. Maybe because they were a fucking deep stater, who knows? Have now resulted in the fatal shootings of two U.S. citizens. You know what? I'm not even going to go there. You really shouldn't go there, Barack, about shooting U.S. citizens.
I know, seriously.
And yet, rather than trying to impose some semblance of discipline and accountability over the agents they've deployed, the president and the current administration officials seem eager to escalate the situation while offering public explanations for the shooting of Mr. Preddy and Renee Good that aren't informed by any serious investigation, and that appear to be directly contradicted by video evidence. Literally inverting the truth.
Why is Barack Obama still talking?
I mean, this is the only way to try to maintain relevance.
Input? Yeah.
Dude, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. Barack Obama was trash to me after he talked crazy to them black men when he was basically saying, and I'm just going to go ahead and use the expression, when he was basically telling them you ends need to get to get the rest of the community in line for Kamala.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't feeling that at all. I'm dead serious, bro. Like when I watched him go at them black men about not voting for Kamala Harris, I'm like, yo, you're the problem.
And he said because they didn't want to support the sisters or something like that. Did he say some shit like that, or support women, or they're basically saying they're sexist?
This is your mama.
This your mama. Like this your mama.
It's not your mama. Kamala is not your fucking mother. What are you talking about?
It's your mama. It's your auntie. This is you went to school with this woman. She's probably one of your teachers.
Yeah.
No, Kamala sucks some dick to get ahead.
Oh my goodness.
And she ain't black.
Wait, what?
Yeah, she ain't black.
Wait. What did Mick just put in the chat here?
Just you got to play that video.
Oh no! Hold on. Let me put a marker there. Jeez. Oh,
Tim Walz, Tim doing his thing.
Barack Obama. fuck Barack Obama. Fucking seriously, that man did absolutely nothing for black people, and they still they worship black folk worship Barack Obama as if he were the savior of the world. I hate that man for what he did to the black community, which is absolutely nothing.
I can't take these fucking sign language people either, man.
Look at this.
They drive me crazy. Like it just looks. It's nothing against sign language people, but it just looks so silly. Like like right next to the. Always at all their press conferences, and they're making these faces and all.
I always be wondering which ones are real and which ones are fake, though.
Yeah, sometimes I think they're just fake. They're people just doing weird shit. That's not even fake.
There was a lady who was convicted of fraud because she wasn't really signing.
Because nobody, there's nobody there to be like, "Yo, by the way, that's not right."
Oh, shit. Who is this?
It's like, who is this for? Who is this for?
So I'm gonna play this because we got an asshole in chat. Hold on, from Jews Fight Back. Did Tim Walz just rebrand and Mick? No. Hold on, here we go.
We have got children in Minnesota hiding in their houses, afraid to go outside.
This lady every time.
Many of us grew up reading that story of Anne Frank. Somebody's going to write that children's story about Minnesota. We have.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Hold on. Can you play it again and just watch the sign lady or man?
No, I can't tell. I can't get over it. It's so distracting.
Minnesota. We have got children in Minnesota.
She's licking ass.
Hiding in their houses, afraid to go outside.
Eating ass.
Many of us grew up reading that story of Anne Frank. Somebody's going to write that children's story about Minnesota.
What the?
I can't do it.
I know a little bit. I know a little bit of ASL. That ain't. She is that. Whoever that thing is.
I've seen her before. I've seen her before.
Not the
going crazy.
The set tripping ain't matching up. Like she's just gone like this.
She's about to do the shocker in a second, man. Doing the pink.
She look like a character on Roblox.
Yo,
oh my god!
I don't know. Maybe I'm an asshole, man, but I just can't get over those. I just feel like it's so superfluous and silly, and the faces, and they're so front and center too. It's not even like they're in like a tiny little bubble or something like that. A lot of times they're just right next to them, like they're giving the speech, and it's like, who is this for, man? Like, I mean, come on, who is this really for?
We have subtitles.
Yeah, there's subtitles. I'm sure
doing?
there's different accounts for people who are deaf, where they have a sign language person who translates.
So
you need to have it every thing front and center. It's
it's a DEI thing. That's what it is.
It's virtue signaling. But I don't know if I'm an asshole or most people see it and they're like, all right, what the fuck, come on, we need this.
I honestly just see somebody.
Maybe I'm an asshole.
Every time I see one of them sign language people, I just think to myself, you know what? They failed at joining a gang. I
think we still need it, but I do think the sign language people need to be vetted because I think somehow they don't. I don't think they really are expressing what they're supposed to be expressing sometimes.
Yeah, hold on.
Or this could be the signal chat. This could be how they're communicating.
Okay, hold on. Somebody, real quick, logic, real quick. There's somebody who's looking, some faceless nobody who's actually looking for attention. This guy right here, for fuck's sake, Kamala has always been a Jamaican natural blood citizen. Oh yeah? Well, how come that bitch only ever brought up her Jamaican heritage when she was trying to get weed legalization passed? How come she never talked to her Jamaican father? If she was always, if she was a pro-Jamaican, right? How come she never talked? Like I mentioned, how come she never talked to her father? How come her family, her Jamaican family, don't even talk to her ass? Her Jamaican family does. I have the link to the Gleaner. The Daily Gleaner is Jamaica's national newspaper. They don't even fuck with her down there in Jamaica. The only reason why Kamala, because fuck y'all, this whole Kamala thing, fuck you. Kamala was the only reason why Kamala was even a thing was because the Democrat Party needed something colored to put in front of black people to get them all in line to vote for.
Yeah, no, that's true, man. That's what Biden said it himself.
You kiss my ass with that woman. Kamala Harris is a retard. She
and
is
please run her again. Run her again.
Run her again. Run her as 2028. Run her again. 2032. Run her again. Do it, please. Please.
All right, guys, I'm gonna get out of here.
All right,
man, thanks for having me on tonight, man.
Yeah, yo, thanks for coming by, bro. Have a great night. Yo, like, please bring her back. Please. Like, please make my 2028 before
her
I
and Tampon Tim run again. That would be amazing. I'd be.
Oh. It might, at this rate, it might happen.
It might happen.
Look at this shit. Wake up. Her parents, I don't give a fuck about her parents. Her parents are sojourners.
Her parents are Marxists.
Her dad was
academics.
Marxist academics. Her dad was a professor at Stanford. Okay.
Yep, a Marxist professor.
Yes,
yep.
These aren't just like
look it up. Look it up.
Nothing black about Kamala Harris.
No, and it's this lie that she came from some like she just her and her family stumbled off a mattress floating across the Pacific or wherever, and they're just this poor family that just made it to the. No, this has been like a well off Ivy League, academic family.
Exactly.
That's who these people are. Yeah,
exactly.
The same stunt Tucker Carlson plays on people on the right. I'm one of you. I'm this, I just like to shoot guns in the woods and all this stuff. And I'm just a regular, ordinary white person with a little log cabin and a nice family and a dog. And then you look at his history, and he's from like the CIA nepotism, richest area in DC family. It's just a complete.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, Tucker Carlson is one of like the most well-connected. He's one of the richest, well-connected guys in Washington D.C. And what's crazy is, I've like, you know what? Let's talk about that because
should we get into?
Yeah, we can get
trials and tribulations of Mikale Olson here.
We can. Because we can because I'm about sick of this Jackson Barrett motherfucker.
Fuck him. I just want to say real quick about the Kamala Walz. That might happen, man. I mean, I think it'll probably be Newsom. I think it's gonna be Newsom unless somebody pops out of nowhere.
I think it's gonna be Newsom.
But I mean, with Walz becoming like, the defender of democracy and for these people on the left, and he's not going to be running for governor again. He might be pushing hard to try to run again as president. We'll see.
Or push for a cabinet position. Yeah.
Definitely.
I'm gonna make this prediction right here, right now, y'all. Tim Walz is probably going to make a break for it in the next few weeks. He's going to. I'm telling you, he's either going to run to China.
Send him to Cuba. He'll probably go to China. Yeah,
he's going to run. In fact, there it is. There it is right there. The only place that motherfucker is going to run anywhere to is China or Cuba. And everybody in the federal government needs to be aware of that. I'm telling you, some people are already calling it on X that he's going to run. He's going to make a break for it because
that'd be hilarious. Dude.
Every time.
Please.
The signal.
If they don't arrest him, please do.
I would make my day.
Be Xi Jinping's pet, man. That'll be funny.
Anyways, let's get to this.
He might move. Actually, he might go to Somalia.
He goes to Somalia. Yeah, I was gonna say he goes to Somalia. Yeah,
might hide out in Somalia.
Oh my god!
You see him working on a pirate ship.
He might actually.
He dressed like the Somalians out there.
He might fuck around and actually make that PSYOP anime video a reality. Did y'all see that?
No.
Oh, I'll find it. But no. But Mick, before
we gotta get him.
We gotta talk about this.
Send us the link. We're gonna see. We'll see Tim Walz eating that big bowl of beans, like Mayor Frey in Mogadishu.
Bro, he was so miserable. He was really trying to choke that down, bro.
Oh yeah. He was trying to keep everything in his stomach, man. He's like,
They said you're gonna run Spanberger for POTUS. Get the fuck out of here. You ain't gonna run that glowy. Get the fuck out of here.
Good Lord.
Anyways,
Oh,
so yeah, you, Mick.
Anyways, yeah, it's here. But what's the deal?
You've been
in some drama.
Yeah, you've been causing some drama lately.
I've been causing some drama. I caused some drama. That
Why?
seems to be what happens.
I'm totally out of the loop with this too, so I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. Let us know talk to us, man. Like what's been happening since you've been gone?
So I did some writing for back in late 2024 fall through the winter there that year, and then kind of into the January-ish, February-ish time of 2025. And know their managing editor over there, Kylie, or I was going to say her maiden name. She's married now, Kylie Griswold. And I've known her for like 10 years, not super well, but acquaintances. We went to the same school and all that. And I had a whole falling out over there simply for asking them about why they were publishing some woke right adjacent stuff on their website. And at that time, that's when I really started to dig my feet into the whole woke right conversation. And I started to dig into publications like American Reformer, which is one of the, the Christian nationalists. It's basically the gospel coalitions. It's basically the gospel coalition of the Christian nationalist woke right. And it's this Christian publication that's publishing neo-Nazi adjacent material all the time. They're the ones that James Lindsay wrote that hoax paper, the Marcus Carlson paper, if you remember that.
Yeah, I remember.
And so, the Federalist was publishing stuff from them for, they published several articles marketing this other company that's, I don't know if it's technically, legally speaking, the same company as American Reform. It's called New Founding. They're basically this company that's starting Christian nationalist cults, primarily right now out in Tennessee. And the point is they were doing all this stuff. And I sent Kylie, the editor over there. At that time, I don't think she was the managing editor. I think she was just an editor. And I sent her an email being like, hey, I noticed this. You were publishing these people. Here's some information about them. Here's some information about this Christian nationalism movement. You might want to be aware of this. These people are not the conservatives that they market themselves to be. And I gave her some information as to why that is. And the email, I was brushed off. She didn't really take what I had to say seriously, and I just kind of left it at that. Fast forward 6 months later, this past summer, I find out that their CEO, Sean Davis, is on the board of directors or something. He's on the board of American Reformer and New Founding. And so,
oh my God.
And again, this is like a neo-Nazi publication who's one of the front runners and pushing a lot of these woke right ideals that people like myself and James Lindsay and others have been speaking out against and yourself have been speaking out against for the last year or two. Right. And, they got people like Nate Fisher and Josh Abatoy, you got on the list. Not good people. Charles Haywood's really involved, the Claremont Institute, that whole group. This is where guys like Joel Webbin come out of too. Like they've done a lot of marketing for Joel Webbin and his whole crowd. They're the worst of the worst is my point. Wow. I make a Twitter thread about this. I send Kylie a message 6 months later. We had one email exchange. I sent one. She sent one back. I think that was it. And it was friendly. I wasn't accusing her of anything specifically. I reach out 6 months later when I find this out about Sean Davis, and I'm like, hey, I sent her an Instagram message. We've been friends in real life for a long time. Friends. I'm not like I was close with her, but we've known each other in real life for years. And some of my best friends are like, they know her and they work with her husband and things like that. And so it's not out of the blue for me to send a Facebook message or send an Instagram message. It's not out of character. And I'd sent her Facebook messages before about work and things like that. And I sent her a message. I'm like, hey, can we grab coffee? She lives in Madison. I was like, hey, can we grab coffee? And I just have some questions about the Federalist. And right away, she knows what I'm talking about, given the last time we talked. And she blocks me on everything. She blocks me on Facebook, Instagram. I don't know if I had her on Twitter, but at least those two, those were communicating. And and then I get a call like 2 hours later. I sent this right before, it was a Sunday. I sent this right before I walked into church. It's right when I walked out of church, I got a call, and it was a random number. Don't have the number. It rang like 3-4 different times. And I was like, okay, this is weird. Usually I don't answer unknown callers. I was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to answer this because maybe this is something serious. Someone calling me this many times in a row. Turns out it was her husband, and he's yelling at me over the phone, telling me to stay away from his wife and acting like I'm harassing his wife and all this sort of stuff. And then I make a Twitter, and I was like, at this point, I was like, okay, they know what they're doing. They know what side they've picked. They know that I know that, and they know that I'm coming with information and coming with receipts about who these people are, and they don't want to hear it. And so they're trying to intimidate me, get them off their case, spin a story that I'm harassing someone's wife and spin it this way, which is so dishonest. Again, this is a Christian publication, a Christian conservative publication. And this is how their managing editor behaves when someone asks them about questions about things that they're putting on their site. And she's responsible for everything that's going on their site. She's the managing editor.
So it's kind of woke.
It's super woke. Yeah. This is how this works. This is why I've realized a lot of this conservative media works. And so
fortunate.
I made a whole Twitter thread about this, outlining everything, going into like graphic detail about American Reformer, about other people that they're affiliated with, and all of this. And I posted that thread. It gets hundreds of thousands of clicks, this thread. And Sean Davis blocks me. There's other people over at the Federalist that have blocked me since then as well. Nobody's answering my emails. Like, it's insane. This is how this works. They want to gatekeep the conversation and kick anybody out that doesn't play this friend-enemy distinction game that the media likes to play. And you think of this as like, you think that the corporate media, we all know they play this game. They've got their bankrollers and they've got their big donors, and we all know that they've got a political agenda first and foremost, that Trump's telling the truth to the American people. Like, they're not there to sell you. They're not there to discover the truth and then relay that information to the public so you can make informed decisions about your life and who to vote for or whatever else. They're there to gatekeep the truth and give you just enough of it so you keep clicking, but not enough to where you actually have an informed picture of what's happening in the world, or what's happening in whatever movement or whatever it might be. We all know this happens with corporate media. This is exactly how so-called alternative conservative media works. It's the same thing. It's the exact same thing. And then I experienced this at Not the Bee, where I went to, with the Federalist, I was never a paid employee. I was a contributor. And so, but with Not the Bee, I was paid. I was on their payroll. I was a 1099 contractor, but I was on their payroll. I think I wrote over 100 articles for them last year. So I was like doing a lot of work for them, right? I was writing a lot of stuff. I was putting a lot of time and energy into that. And they knew that. And, they had told me that, oh yeah, we'll hire you on, we'll hire you on as an employee. We're trying to move that direction. And you're kind of at the top of the list for people that we want to consider for, full-time staff writer, moving into editorial positions, things like that. And I was all about it. At that point, I had no problem with them. This was the majority of last year. And then I do something with Carrie Smith, our friend Carrie Smith.
Yeah, Carrie.
I go to Joel Webbin's church. I went down to visit some other friends that I have living in the Austin area. I used to live down there. And, went down there, and I told Carrie, I knew Carrie lived down there. I was like, hey, let's meet up. Let's like grab lunch or hang out or whatever. Cause I'd never met Carrie in person before, but we've done podcasts and things together and interacted a lot on X. And she was like, yeah, let's do that.
Change that, by the way, Carrie.
Yeah.
We got to change that. Go ahead. Sorry.
So, we all need to do like one big in-person meetup at some point. That'd be awesome.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man. If you guys are ever in New York, anybody, man, any of our guests, come let us know.
Definitely. Anyways, so she invited me to do a podcast while I was there at her house. And so we did a podcast. It was on Monday, or it was the day we went to Webbin's church. We did a podcast, and this wasn't like a contrived thing that we planned to like go to Webbin's church and then do a podcast about it. It just happened to be that way. Right. And so, when we were messaging, hey, I'll be down there and all that, let's hang out. I had the idea. I was like, oh, isn't Webbin's church in this area? Like right around where Carrie lives? Let's go to the church. Let's just go check it out. And cause this is a guy in a movement we've been covering for the last year or two, both of us. And we're like, let's just go see what this is like. And so we go to the church. We don't talk to anybody besides like one guy at the front door who barely said a word to us. I don't even know if he responded to us. Like, you know, when you walk into church, say, hey, how's it going? There's usually a greeter at the door at churches and things like that. They had a guy there. I don't think he really even said anything to us. Other than that, nobody talked to us. One lady came up to us and was kind of weird. Like she kind of knew that we weren't from around there or weren't part of the congregation. And we were both, me and Carrie, just like kind of looking at each other. Do you want to marry my daughter? Yeah. And so, you want to buy my daughter? But other than that, we sat pretty much in the very back. Nobody talked to us. We didn't talk to anybody else. As soon as the service, we didn't talk to Joel or anything. We didn't harass anybody. We didn't cause a disturbance. We sat in the back, observed, and then left. That's what we did. But then what happens the next day? Joel Webbin starts tweeting about us. And he's tweeting about how, and he starts tagging Not the Bee about how they allegedly paid us to go there and to harass his members and to harass him and to smear us in the media, smear them in the media and all this stuff. And he's doing this and he's tweeting about me, you know, it's going on for hours. And it got to the point where apparently Not the Bee called, like Dan Dillon, I'm assuming, called him and was like, hey, yeah, this isn't true. We're not doing this. We're not sending people to harass you. And it wasn't true. None of my reporting that I've done on my own, you know, even if it's op-eds for other publications like Christian Post or stuff I post on my personal Twitter, none of that has anything to do with my writing for Not the Bee. Those are two separate things. And I've had that in my Twitter bio, like who I write for, just so people can go see where I've written. But then I have opinions my own. Like I feel like a lot of journalists do that are writing for different things or doing independent work that's separate from whatever publications they're contracted with. And so I've had that on there. So it's very clear, like this is not that. This work is not that work. And anyone with half a brain can look at that and see that. But of course, Joel takes the opportunity to spin the lie. And then what is Not the Bee's response to me? Is it, oh yeah, sorry that this psychopath Joel Webbin is lying about you and smearing both of us. This is unfortunate. It's, yeah, you know what? You're causing a disturbance. We don't want you writing on our site anymore unless we take your name off the site so people don't know you're affiliated with us anymore. Jeez. That was the response. So they don't call me. They can call Joel Webbin and have they don't call me. Dan has my number. Joel Abbott over there has my number. He's the there's so many Joels. There's Joel Berry, Joel Abbott, Joel Webbin. There's so many Joels online. Joel Berry and Seth Dillon have nothing to do with this, by the way. They're not the Bee. They're Babylon Bee. These are two separate companies, two separate CEOs, and two separate strings of leadership and decision making and all that. So I want people to understand this has nothing to do with the two. Yeah, so that was their response. They don't call me. They don't have a conversation with me about it. They just basically take the bait from Joel Webbin, which is blackmail, because that's what Joel's trying to do. He's trying to intimidate Not the Bee to get me fired, to shut me up, to smear my reputation and my name. And they went along with it. They should know better. This is giving into the woke mob. I thought their whole thing was let's not give into the woke mob. But that only applies one direction. As soon as it's these people on the right, it's all these woke right people, which act exactly the same as the left. We all know this by now. They cave. And it's because there's this overlap of audience. It's about money. It's about subscribers. It's about they were getting negative emails about me. They don't have a shared audience with anyone on the left. So they can go out and attack the left all day long. But as soon as they want to hold anyone on the right accountable, now it's a problem because there's an overlap in audience. And it's all about business and money at the end of the day. It's corrupt. I think that is corrupt, especially if you're in this business. You should not be in this for money first and foremost. Yes, it's a business. Not saying making money is bad, but if you're a business whose mission statement is to tell the truth to the American people, you shouldn't have the luxury of playing this friend enemy distinction game and prioritizing money over what's true. Because I didn't do anything wrong. Again, I didn't harass anybody. I didn't say anything that was untrue. I didn't act in a crazy manner. I didn't do literally, I did nothing wrong. So neither did Carrie. There's nothing they could point to and be like, this is the reason that we don't want you on here anymore because it's this thing that you did. No, it was what Joel did is the reason. So do you see how this works? It's like, it's so twisted. Then it happened again. Fast forward 2 months later, end of October. I think that happened, if I remember right, the first time it was like, it was either August or September, one of the two, I don't remember exactly. Fast forward a couple months later, at end of October. Sorry, this is a long-winded rant, but
no, good.
End of October.
Our platform is your platform, bro.
Yeah.
You know that. You know
I appreciate it. End of October, I get into a back and forth with Josie. She goes by Redhead Libertarian. She works for Tim Pool. I don't know if you guys know who this lady is. I've seen her on
We've
Twitter.
had her.
Right?
Yeah,
we've had her on. Yeah,
you guys have had her on.
Yeah, we love her.
So I'm not a fan of her after this.
What?
So she posted something along the effect of, signaling what Matt Walsh and others were saying at the time about how we need to unify with some of these characters on the woke right in order to defeat the left, and basically that people that are posing this fight against people on the woke left are creating division on the right, and this isn't helping us as far as defeating the left. And she was playing into that. And I asked her a question. I was like, Josie, you're a Catholic, right? You're a self-professing Catholic. Do you think that it's consistent as a Christian to partner with someone like, let's say, Nick Fuentes politically, who believes things and preaches things and supports things that are very clearly against your Catholic faith, myself very clearly against my Protestant faith, which morally and ethically are pretty much identical. And so, do you think that's consistent? Should Christians, in other words, support Nazis? I asked her this question. She, of course, took this as a opportunity to attack me and to make it about some personal thing. And she made it out like I was trying to attack her Catholic faith and was trying to bait me into saying anti-Catholic stuff over and over again. And again, behaving very, very much like the leftists we deal with, very, very much like the woke people on the left. And again, what does she do in response to all this? And I asked her this question repeatedly about Nazis and partnering with Nazis as Christians. I was trying to keep it in line with that conversation. What does she do in response? She tags Not the Bee. And I have the tweet right here. She says, yesterday, this person demonized my faith repeatedly and hasn't stopped smearing me since. And this is, of course, after she was explicitly telling her followers publicly to attack me, saying she'd reward them if they repost. She'd reward them by reposting them if they attack me. And at this point, I was getting death threats from people that were following her. I was getting tons and tons and tons of comments about me that I was getting tagged in. It was insane. But I'm the one that's attacking her. And then she says, I will have to now disassociate from Not the Bee. She tags Not the Bee. They do great. Keep in mind, she has over 1 million followers, I think.
Something like that.
She said they do great work and can hire who they want, but I personally can't support this rancid and targeted hatred for me and my faith. And then what does Not the Bee respond with? Quote, Mikale does not represent our business, nor is he an employee. Keep in mind, at this point, I was still on their payroll. I was still logged into their company Slack account. I still had access to my writing account on their website. No one ever told me I couldn't write for them anymore. No one ever told me I, quote, wasn't an employee. Now, he's probably distinguishing between contractor 1099 versus a W-2 employee. And if that's all he means, then okay. But we'll get to that in a second. Then he says he has previously contributed articles from time to time. I've written over 100 articles for these people. It's not just from time to time. I was writing there's one point I was writing 10 plus articles a week for them.
Wow.
I wasn't just I wasn't doing what I did at the Federalist or Christian Post, where I'll send one article a month or one article every 3 weeks or something like that. Right.
Are your articles still
online?
Weekly
articles. I would assume they're still up unless they deleted.
I would check that. They might have, they erased, deleted some of your stuff to make it look like you.
And so, at this point in my relationship with them, they had kind of soft canceled me by saying they have to take my name off the site, so I can't do news articles anymore. But they were still allowing me to contribute op-eds with my name on it. And so, for those that don't know, there's every news site there's the news section, there's news articles, and then there's op-eds, which are the opinion pieces. And so I was doing both. And then they were like, okay, after the Joel Webb and stuff, stop doing the news stuff unless we take your name off of it. You can still do op-eds. It was really weird. It was like a way of canceling me that gives them some plausible deniability. And now I'm stuck in this weird position. And so I don't think it's an ethical way to do business or to handle this kind of thing personally. And then, he said he's an independent writer. I don't have all the details about what this is about, or why he's back and forth or why there's back and forth between you. But please don't draw a line between him and us just because he's listed us as a company he's contributed to. Again, it's not just contributing. Like I probably wrote 100 articles for them or something like that. I was doing a lot of work for them. He's trying to downplay my contributions to
distance
their company,
himself from you.
Distance himself. Yeah, it's dishonest. Yeah. And then he said, on a personal level, I've always considered you a friend to our channel. Dan, the owner, which is Dan Dillon, Seth Dillon's brother. He's the guy that's doing this. Mm-hmm. And then she responded, "Thank you, Dan. I appreciate you. It is good to know he is just someone who once wrote for you. Keep in mind, I'm still writing for them. I was never informed I'm not writing for them anymore. This is me being informed of that, I guess. Keep in mind, it is good to know he is just someone who once wrote for you, and not an employee. I love your publication. I even subscribe to it. And as long as he is not employed, then we can continue business as usual."
Oh my God.
That's called blackmail.
That is.
That's called blackmail, ladies and gentlemen. And what do I get? What do I get? What email do I get right after this? I get an email from literally the same day. I get an email from their manager, not Dan, again. And by the way, Josie said that she called, that her and Dan had a conversation on the phone. Again, Dan Dillon has time to call up Joel Webben and it's time to call up Josie, but not the guy who is on his payroll, who's been writing for him for the past year, and have a conversation about what's even going on. I don't even get that courtesy. Instead, I get an email from Joel Abbott, who's their managing editor, the guy right under Dan, who's in charge of what goes on Not the B site and all this stuff. And he's basically Dan's lapdog in this situation. He's the one that sent me the message about taking my name off the site, not Dan. He's the one that's reaching out. Dan is avoiding me. He's not, being a grown adult and a grown man and calling me on the phone and having a conversation. Again, he has my number. They have my number. And instead I get an email telling me that it basically says this: would you please delete the tag of Not the B in your Twitter bio, because you having that up there is hurting families that rely on Not the B to pay their bills.
Oh my God.
That's the email I got in response. It's unbelievably cowardly. And then the reason I'm bringing this up again, the reason there was some more drama, is because this Josie chick interviewed Nick Fuentes the other day, like about a week ago. And they're laughing and giggling together, and they're trying to downplay, the atrocities of Adolf Hitler. And they're trying to play this "let's rehabilitate Adolf Hitler" as just a historical figure that it's okay to admire. There's this clip where her and Nick were saying that back and forth to each other. And I shared it, and I was like, "Hey, Not the B." I tagged him. I tagged Dan. I know Dan runs the account. I was like, "Hey, Not the B. Remember when you sided with this lady? And when I was calling this exact kind of behavior out, 4 months ago, 3 months ago?" And I was like, "Now do you basically like, hey, do you see this? I tried to warn you. I was telling the truth from the beginning." And what's the response I get? I get another message from this Joel guy in my Twitter DMs, and it's the most emotionally manipulative message I've ever read in my. The first one was emotional blackmail. You're hurting families for having us tagged, even though I've done plenty of work over there. I have every right to do it. I never signed a contract that said I couldn't. I have it distinguished that what I'm posting on this account is opinions my own. Like, I didn't do anything wrong. And then the message I get from this Joel guy, again, Dan doesn't say anything. He's quiet. It's cowardly. Like he sends his minion after me again, and it's about how I'm on a dark path and he loves me as a brother in Christ, and he's worried about me and concerned about me and this and that. I've talked to this guy one time in my life on the phone. This Joel guy, I don't know him, and he literally is like, he's like, "I just want you to know, Mick, that I love you." That's manipulation. The pinch doesn't match the ouch. And the whole message was that it's like this spiritual manipulation, trying to blackmail me with our own shared Christian identity. Like this is, so
man,
this is where we're at. And the point of all this rant, this is a lot, is this is where we're at in conservative media. It's a bunch of people who care about money who care about relationships in media or in politics or in or with their donors or whatever it is. They care about their influence online, right? Their name, their reputation online, all this, more so than they do just telling the truth. That's it. That's the takeaway.
And that's I'm sorry to hear you went through all that, dude. I really am. I mean, like, I remember when you were telling me about all this like about a few days ago.
Yeah,
I couldn't believe it. You know,
Yeah.
these are a lot of these
I couldn't either.
I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of these people, you know, but I haven't really had much relationships with some of the other people that you've talked to. I mean, obviously Joel I consider Joel a
Joel's
friend.
great. Joel Berry's great. Seth Dillon's great. Those guys
Yeah.
have been supportive of me.
Yeah, and
we've
like,
disagreed on things, but you know,
and that's fine. I mean, disagreement is fine. I mean, but I think it sounds like all you were trying to do was draw attention to possible infiltration.
Yes.
And it's like
both times. Yeah.
Both times you're trying to tell people, hey, you've got possible infiltration problems. And not only did they not want to hear it, they were just like,
they punished me for it.
They punish you for I'm sorry to hear that. I really am. That's really disappointing.
I'm thankful for it in the sense that it taught me a lesson about because when I got into writing, especially because I've been involved in politics in other ways, and I've done YouTube for a while, like back in 2020, 2021 and all that. So I've been kind of involved in the political discourse and political conversation for a while, but that was the first time where I was actually like, okay, I'm just going to submit articles to these national publications and try to start working for one of these or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I learned very, very quickly, probably quicker than most people would learn that start in this kind of industry. It's like Hollywood. You have your people you can't upset. You have your conversations that are off limits. And if you cross that line, you're very, very quickly kind of banished to no man's land, which is where I've been banished now in conservative media. And I mean, James Lindsay's experienced this. You know, we all know that.
Experiencing.
Experiencing it.
Be honest, experiencing. You know, because you don't see him on some of the big shows anymore.
No, he's not getting the conference invites and
right.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's the thing. It's like, guys, and I really want to just say this, if I may. There is nothing wrong with policing your own side.
Amen.
Listen, leave that shit to the leftists. Okay? Leave that to Democrats. Don't bring that here. If there is a concern about infiltration by malicious forces who are clearly in it to take over the conservative movement as a whole, and I get it, right? I'm not the guy to talk about this. I'm not. I was a Democrat up until about 2022, right? I realize I'm probably out of my depth for saying this, but the whole friend enemy distinction thing, leave that to them. Leave that to Democrats. Let's not get bogged down in the narcissism of the phrase that I've heard, the narcissism of small differences. We really shouldn't do that. Okay? If there is a concern about infiltration by malicious forces, please say so. It's best to nip certain things in the bud before they get bad.
Well, that's always been my heart with dealing with the woke right stuff is I'm a conservative. I care about conservative politics. I care about conservatives winning politically, not at the expense of doing what's right or truth, but I want conservative values to succeed in this country. I want constitutional values to succeed in this country. That's really what it's about. And
it's a must win at this point, bro.
Yeah, it has to. If we want to survive, it has to win. And so then I see people like Joel Webbin. Then I see publications like American Reformer. Then I see publications. Then I see people like Josh Abitoy or Nate Fisher or Tucker Carlson, or you go down the list. All these, or Nick Fuentes. there's a whole slew of these people now, these woke right people. And then I see publications that I once trusted and have put my name on and I've submitted articles to, partnering with people like American Reformer and Nate Fisher and Josh Abatoy and New Founding, and these people who are deliberately trying to subvert and destroy the conservative movement from inside of it. That bothers me. And I'm not going to just be quiet about that. I'm going to say something. And I'm going to say something to the people that I have access to who are publishing, let's say, for that one example with the Federalist, who are responsible for publishing stuff on the Federalist website that's marketing directly these agitators and these people that are trying to subvert the very movement that I thought, at least at one point, the Federalist was working for. Yeah. Like, I'm not going to be quiet about that. Same with Not the Bee. Same with Not the Bee. I'm not going to be quiet about that. If they say, you have to stop talking about Joel Webbin, you have to stop talking about fill in the blank, you've been talking about, which, by the way, wasn't a problem up until Joel Webbin said something. They knew I was doing this. I've been doing this for last year consistently. It's all of a sudden a problem. As soon as these agitators get mad and summon their little online demons, and now they're getting messages and they're getting emails and people are threatening to unsubscribe. Now, all of a sudden, let's put our tail between our legs is their response. And no, give Not the Bee this. They're not working directly with someone like Webbin, but they're refusing to join the fight. They're refusing to be honest about what threat this actually is, because it's going to cost them maybe $1 or $2, and it's going to cost them a subscriber. And then I get thrown out to the wolves.
Audience capture. I'm gonna be honest with you. If there's one thing that and Nino, I guess I'll just make this, this conversation here. The one thing I do not want for Apostate Radio is to get captured, is to fall victim to audience capture. I don't want to just tell people whatever. Like, I don't want this show to just be another place where people are told whatever the fuck they want to hear.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't want that for this show. I will not stand for it. Okay. If you want to go somewhere where you want, like if you want to go someplace where, the Jews are blamed for everything, right? Go somewhere else, please. Go somewhere else. This platform is a place where we are going to tell the truth unapologetically. Okay. We are rough around the edges, but we love God. We love our families. And we want the exact same thing. We are fighting for traditional constitutional values to be upheld. This is an anti-communist podcast.
Yeah.
We are we do not fuck with the church of the state. We do not do that on this show. And I'm just putting it out there right now. I do not want for this show to just be somewhere where people come to get their ears tickled.
Yeah, and that's what I appreciate about shows like this. That's what I appreciate about shows like this. That's what I appreciate about people like James Lindsay or Kerry Smith or other people that we're friends with here in this space, is like they're not playing games. It's not this like, let's play games so that I can make money, or let's play games so that I can get invited to TPUSA conference, or let's play games so I can fill in the blank, whatever personal benefit you can get in Con Inc. or in media or in politics in general. Like people like you guys, people like James, people like Kerry, people like, even Seth Dillon, even, or Joel Berry. They're not playing games. Like they're willing to stick their own reputation on the line if it means saying something that's true that's going to offend half their audience. That's it. Those are real people. Those are people you can actually listen to and take seriously, even if you disagree with them. Like, cause I'm sure there's things we disagree with on. I'm sure there's things I disagree with all the people I just named, but at least I know when I'm having a conversation with them, I can shoot straight with them and they're going to shoot straight with me. It's not going to be this. It's not going to be this BS game that's being played in everywhere else in politics, it seems. And
that's frustrating, Mikale. I think it's it sounds like you're doing the right thing. You're trying to do the right thing, and you got caught up in a bunch of like webs of people who have more power and more influence than you, and Babylon, or Not the Bee, I should say, Not the Bee, and other people were just influenced by the amount of influence those people could have versus how much influence you have.
Yeah.
And that sucks. I've experienced things like that before in media as well in the past, like with soccer media and stuff like that. Actually, it's very frustrating. But I think there's always, in the long run, you'll be rewarded, I think, for telling the truth and having integrity. And you'll find, I'm sure you could find some.
A clean conscience is the best reward, right?
I can't, personally, like to what Isaiah was saying, you were saying, like, I don't think you can pay me enough to like say things I don't believe. Like,
right.
Maybe if it's like something I don't care about at all, maybe I'll do a freaking ad or something. But about things I do care about and stuff, I just can't do it. I don't really think there's any money worth it for me.
No.
I don't like to condemn any of my friends or anything like that. Even if maybe I disagree with them, or even if it's between friends, that's between them, and it is what it is. But I don't like to leave people out, hang people out to dry, like friends of mine and stuff like that. I think that's not good. So yeah, I'm all about, I think on this podcast, we're all about speaking our minds, telling the truth as much as we can. And maybe we'll change our minds later, but right. We don't have any audience capture. Maybe we don't have a big enough audience, but I don't know if that's ever going to be the case that we would have an audience capture. I don't know. I'm just not like that. I don't give a shit.
Well, you have to make the decision when you start. Like, even when I started to get into writing and podcasting and all this stuff we're doing now, like, I made it a clear decision in my head. This is why I'm doing this. And if I ever am not doing this for this reason, that's when I'm out. That's when I'm done. Like,
yeah.
And you have to make the decision. Like, and there's other reasons to be done. Like, I've been frustrated with social media in general and just how toxic a lot of it is.
Yeah.
Especially Instagram and TikTok and stuff like that. But like, like if you just have to make that decision when you start doing something, and a lot of people don't. A lot of people just see dollar signs right out the gate, or they see fame, or they see something else. And these are the people that sell out.
Oh. Yeah, the truth is one of the most important things for me in general, if not the most important thing. And the truth should be spoken and heard, and good faith conversation should be had. I think, do you plan on staying in media? I mean, there's probably publications that would take you and want to hear.
I kind of want to just branch off in more of my own thing, kind of. I mean, even similar to what you guys are doing, which I have my own YouTube channel that's been growing somewhat over those last 6 months. It's been doing pretty well.
Congrats.
And then, I'm still submitting op-eds to Christian Post. Those guys are great. They've been letting me kind of write whatever I want about all this, the woke right topic and all that, what I've been covering over the last year. Shout out to Brandon over there. One of the journalists, he's awesome. But yeah, so I don't, I like writing. I don't like writing news articles. I've discovered I like the op-eds where I can actually dig into a topic and like share my actual thoughts on something. And that mixed with podcasting, making videos, I just kind of going to see where that goes. So I don't really want to like work for another publication and be tied to another institution like that. I've tried that twice, and like I'm not doing that.
Yeah, it's tough, man. It's tough in media, man, because a lot of times they don't pay you enough. It's hard to get a full-time gig.
Yeah.
And when things get hot, they're quick to kick you to the side. But yeah, I think that's good, man. You just gotta find your niche, find your voice, which you might have already done that, and just keep on telling the truth about something that maybe there's not enough light being shined on it. I bet you'll grow.
Yeah.
And don't give up. I mean, like I'm gonna be honest with you. Don't give up on this. You have a strong voice. Apparently people took you serious enough to kind of take, they
tried and blackmail me out of a job twice.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, they could have just ignored you
3 times.
So,
really?
So in all sincerity, and thank you, Elizabeth Beam, for you. She said this show is so bad. We appreciate you, love. Thank you. You have a strong voice, okay? And we need more people like you speaking on here. And on here, I'm saying in the media space in general. Okay, you are not a bad person. Okay, the Lord is on your side. Okay, you got this.
This could be the best thing that happened to you. That's happened before many times in media where like you get kicked out of whatever sphere you were in, and then you're like, oh, thank God that happened because this is way better. You know, what I'm doing now is way better. So I foresee that happening.
In some sense, it kind of lights a new fire under you where you're like, oh, I actually see how big of a problem people with here's what the problem is. It's people that have no character that are in these positions of power. We see this with the left. We can look at Tampon Tim and all the stuff we were talking about in the first, 2/3 of the episode. We look at the conservative media space. It's just people with no character.
And they're insecure, they're addicted to their status, attention. Their money.
Yeah, they're looking for attention.
Yep.
They're looking for money, whatever it is, and they're going to sell the truth and sell integrity to get whatever that thing is.
Exactly.
A lot of that. A lot of that out there, man.
That's really what it is. And and it lights a new fire under you once you experience some of this stuff. It's like, wow, it's way worse than I thought. Which is maybe more reason why we need people of integrity in this space, because we're being overrun by these kinds of people.
Though I will say this though, I'm gonna sell out a little bit, just a little, because see, I want to Aston Martin vanquish Volante. I
get me one. Sell out just enough to get the three of us one. Yeah.
Yo, exactly. Because, bro, I don't know. I saw. Oh my God! Like I have to ask. But Aston Martin make absolutely brilliant cars. But anyways, yo, Mick, thank you so much. What are you working on this week? What are you working on?
So right now I'm actually working on an article about the protests. I got to send in a Christian Post. I might send it in yet tonight. We'll see. But I'm working on an article talking about the protests and what a Christian response should be to this whole immigration crisis in general versus what the government's response should be. So what's the church's role versus what's the government's role? Because I think those things get conflated, especially on the progressive side of things, where people, you see this narrative where it's like, you see a crisis like this going on, and then the response from the progressive quote unquote Christians is, we just got to love the immigrant like Jesus did, and like we're told to, and we just got to love the refugees. And it's like this bend over and take the abuse in the name of quote unquote love and empathy. And I'm writing an article kind of giving a biblical critique of that perspective. Like, no, the government has every right to enforce the law and to kick these people out and to arrest people and all this stuff. That's the whole point. It's Romans 13. That's the point.
Exactly.
Yeah. So like the Romans 13 literally calls the government the God's avenger for justice, and that it should be a terror to the evildoer. Like this is a biblical approach, not whatever we're being sold over there. So I've been writing an article about that. I've got a few interviews to post on my YouTube channel. I interviewed Dinesh D'Souza.
Oh, wow.
That was a good one.
Nice.
Nathan Livingston, Sloan, another journalist on X. I'm forgetting how to say her last name. I always forget how to say her last name. So Courtney Turner, I interviewed her as well. So I got which I got to have you guys on my channel sometime.
We love
we got to do this.
Definitely.
We'd love to.
Absolutely.
Sure.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. We would be delighted, dude. We would and by the way, when that article drops, let us know and we'll post it out. And
no doubt. Let us know.
Listen, as far as I'm concerned, Mick, you're one of us. You're one of us.
Yeah.
Like you're a man of integrity and a man of character. And like I said earlier, our platform is now yours. So
I appreciate that.
So
likewise, right back to you guys.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
You're awesome. Free to come back whenever you want. If you want to be a regular on the show, I don't care. You can come back whenever you like. So, but I thank y'all for joining us tonight. That is episode 41. This was a big one.
Books.
This was a big one.
And it was a big one. We covered a lot of stuff today. Shout to Mikale Olson. Thank you, brother, for joining us.
Appreciate it.
Shout to Logic for coming on the show once again. We really appreciate him. We appreciate Metro Conservative Media. Great people over there. Next week, are we done with? Are we done with February? Are we done with January?
After this week, yeah.
So February 1st, yes. Our first show in February, ladies and gentlemen, we will have who are we having? Mr. Paul Rossi.
Paul, right? Yeah.
Paul Rossi, and we might actually have another guy coming on.
It'd be good to catch up with Paul. That'd be great.
Yeah, it'll be great. Paul has been on it recently.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen that.
Yeah, he's been on it. So he'll be joining us next Sunday. Might have one other joining us that night. I'll keep you posted on that, folks. Thank you so much once again for joining us. This is Apostate Radio 41. We leave you tonight. We have an outro video tonight. We leave you tonight.
Is it Tampon Tim doing something crazy?
It's from the Beasts at PsyOp Anime. PsyOp Anime have done some fantastic work. I don't know if you're following their World War III series. Like their art style is absolutely insane. And as somebody, I've been an anime fan for a long time. I love what they're doing. I absolutely love what they're doing. And the first video, they made a video a few weeks ago of Tampon Tim.
Oh, there we go.
And I think you'll enjoy it, and I think everybody else will. Thank y'all for joining us. Have a great night. We will see you next Sunday.
Big talk on the TV. Somali boy count cash, move sneaky. Paper in the daycare, paper in the kitchen on the farm, different story, different vision. Every office, cousin got position. Every meeting, bro, I got a mission. Smile for the photo, suit look clean. Under the table, whole crew eat green. Somali scam king, ay. We run that, 8 bill gone, they can't get none back. On God, every hustle, every angle. Comrade, Kylo, say, flip it, untangle. Somali scam king, talk sweet, walk me in, dress code halal, money so hot I'm clean. Rebeat, sign here, that's the anthem. Whole block eating off the big boy scams. Damn, 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 damn. Somali scam king. Somali scam king. Talk sweet, talk sweet, talk sweet. Scam king. Somali scam king. Talk sweet, talk sweet, talk sweet. Scam king. Somali scam king. Talk sweet, talk sweet, talk sweet. Scam king. Somali scam king. Freedom fighters, now they fight with spreadsheets. Laptop louder than the sound of the street. Grand after grand, feeding all the kids. Outside parking lot full of new whips. Charity, trucking, fake school, fake farm. Whole application like reading the charm. Refugee program, we help, we care. Back in Saxon, we just spit that shit. Comrade Carlos in the must front row after door prayer. Plan where the funds go, one file here. One shell company there. By the time they notice, we in the air. Somali scam king. We run that 8 bill gone, they can't get none back. On God, every hustle, every angle. Comrade Carlos, say, flip it, untangle. Somali scam king. Talk sweet, walk mean, dress code halal, money so hot I'm clean. Habibi, sign here, that's the anthem. Whole block eating off the big boy scams. Damn, 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 damn. Somali scam king. Somali scam king. Talk sweet, talk sweet, talk sweet. Somali scam king. Talk sweet, talk sweet, talk sweet. Scam king. Somali scam king. Talk sweet, talk sweet, talk sweet. Scam king. Accent every wanna do, go through.